Hello, hello. Welcome to Audio Addiction. If you're new here, thanks for joining. My name is Brandon. Going to be doing the most, if not a lot. We have a great time here. If this is the first video you're watching, I typically stream a good bit on Twitch, so come hang out. Best time to get a part of chat. Our community is really cool. I have left a link to our Discord as well. Come hang out, come get to know people, see some familiar faces in chat. It's a great time, and it also helps me get familiarized with these groups that we cover on a pretty weekly basis at this point. I mean, we do it twice a week. So it happens pretty frequently. So come join if for whatever reason you didn't know this was on Twitch. They're typically Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 p.m., but come hang out or Discord. That's the best way to know what's going on. So thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. If you're again new, I'm newish to doing this sort of stuff. But I really love streaming different groups and getting into them. So come hang out, come join. But tonight we're gonna be finally talking about Onewe. We have I personally have been waiting patiently to do this group, especially since we did Oneus forever ago. And I know a lot of people are upset we didn't do it sooner, and I apologize. But I am stoked that I finally get to say we are doing Onewe. So I'm very excited as well. If you have not checked the Oneus video, please do it. But yeah, we are doing it now. So thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. Youthful, hello. Sarah, hello. Kaylee, hello. Hizzle, thanks for hanging out. Now this is my type of stream. Hey, let's go, let's go. I was gonna say a lot of artists to cover, and I'm doing the Lord's work out here. So I'm trying to get into all these different groups and cover them as best as I can. And I gotta give a shout outs to just the community in our Discord. They're always so helpful and gracious. So really appreciate it. Also shout outs to Kaylee for helping me out with the playlist and also putting an insanely cool like breakdown of Onewe in our Discord. So really cool. And yeah, definitely stoked. Gunky, hello. Let's go K band Onewe. Here we go. Yes. Very excited. Um as well as that, we are doing, I believe is it Mass or MAS? This is, I think, this was their group prior to Onewe, if I've got that correct. So um very excited. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, thanks for chilling. Very nice. Okay, so it's Mass 0094. All right. Kaylee says Onewe is a 5-member band under RBW Entertainment. They are self-formed in 2015 with the name MAS 0094 and they debuted under their company now as Onewe in 2019. They are considered the brother group to Oneus, especially since their keyboardist Dong Myung and Oneus's Zeon are twins. Very nice, very nice. And then the band chose the name MAS 0094 to mean make a sound, plus the birth year of their youngest 2000 and oldest member 1994, and began busking together on the streets of Hongdae as a complete 5-piece band May of 2015. Very nice, very nice. And it looks like the members are Younghoon, who is the vocalist slash leader, Kanghoon, who is their guitar player, Harin, who is their drummer, Gyuk, bass player and rapper, and Dong Myung, who is their keyboard slash vocalist. Very nice, very nice. I feel very seen as their oldest member is in 1994, and I was born in 1993. So much respect. We love to see it. So. Lainey, thanks for hanging out. First time in the stream, won't be able to stay long, but happy to catch this. Very nice. Yeah, thanks for joining our Discord earlier. We've been talking a ton about our Spotify Wrapped, so come hang out. Let us know what you've been listening to over the year. It's been fun to see what y'all have been jamming to. Hizzle says their oldest member is a year older than me. So then I am also I am also a year older than you. So that would make sense. Um Kaylee says they're pretty much self-produced with Younghoon, Kanghyun, and Gyuk being the members with the most credit. Very nice, very nice. Well, in terms of playlist, I'm gonna pull it up for you so y'all can see what we're doing. And it looks like they renewed with their contracts with RBW earlier this year for 5 more years too. Very nice. Congrats, kudos. We love to see it. Very nice, very nice. As I mentioned, Kaylee helped out with putting this playlist together. So if there are some songs that you'd like me to cover in the future, I'll probably just make a Discord channel for like B-sides, things of that nature. Things to cover in the future. Because I know I get a ton of messages about covering some stuff. I know we can't get to it all, but I probably should do it. Hizzle says as much as I have as much issues as I have with RBW, they are artists being re-signed. So yeah, hey, fair enough. Yeah, I was gonna say they're continuing to make music, which is always fun. So we have a couple. I'm just gonna shorten it to Mass, just so it's easier for me. But Mass, we have Finding Flowers. We also have Feeling Good and Starlight, and then as well as that, Make Some Noise, which looks to be the first 4 of their songs. And then we'll get into Onewe, which starts off with Reminisce About All, Ring on My Ears, Regulus, hopefully. I'm not entirely. It looks like Q potentially. It looks like features Hwasa. And then we have End of Spring, Parting, Book in Memory, Rain to Be, Aurora, Veronica, Star, Universe, Roommate, Still Here, Gravity, Salty Boy, Omnipresent, Scratch, Beautiful Ashes, and we'll close it out with the newest one, Offroad. So very nice, very nice. Sanja, first time listening to Onewe, same. So we're in the same boat. We love to see it. All right, it is Q. Very nice. I was I was corrected. We love to see it. We're good to know. Oh, good. You have 2 of my favorite songs by them. Very nice. Very nice. Parting and Star are so good. Lainey says very nice. And Offroad is from a few months ago. Yep, I did. I do remember seeing that show up in my suggested on YouTube. And I only got flashbacks of like, why haven't we covered Onewe yet? So very nice. My girlfriend, I told her that we were covering Onewe tonight, and she's waiting for me to check out Aurora, which is, I think, her favorite, if I'm not mistaken. So very nice, very nice. All right, cool. Well, let's get into it. I'm very excited. This is Butterfly Finding Flower.
눈을 감으면 더 선명해지지 않나. 하루 지나면 난 비가 되잖아. 젖은 꽃잎 위에 널 그려보는 아쉬움. 소녀는 없잖아. 비가 되어서 날아올라. 걱정했단 말 대신 보낼게 향기. 아파했단 말 대신 받을게 진심. 다 되어갈게. 네가 준 상처 네 맘에서 살게. 꿈에서라도 잊지 않을게. 소녀에게 사랑은 아픈 너의 추억은 이제 꽃이 되어 날 안아줘. 날 감싸줘. 소녀에게 눈물은 애써 태어날 척 한다면 나를 태워버려 놓아버리고 가.
I like those vocal medleys in the back. Very nice.
지워지지 않으려 이 악물고 견뎌. 네 눈, 네 손, 네 모든 것이 내 눈, 내 맘, 속 따위 젖지. 따뜻한 기억이 내게 촉촉히 스며들어와서 마지막 인사를 건네. 아쉬운 지금이 내게 깊숙이 파고들어와 가슴에 눈물이 맺혔네. 걱정했단 말 대신 보낼게 향기. 아파했단 말 대신 받을게 진심. 네 맘에서 살게 꿈에서라도 잊지 않을게 소녀에게 사랑은 아픈 너의 추억은 이제 꽃이 되어 날 안아줘 날 감싸줘 소녀에게 눈물은 애써 태어난 척한다면 나를 태워버려 놓아버리고 가 얘기 좀 해 나 이대로는 안돼 대체 너 왜 내 진심을 피하려 해 다가가면 멀어지는 네 맘을 어떻게 하면 꽉 붙잡을 수 있는지 갑갑해 반복되는 이 상황의 끝을 모른 척해봐도 넌 가면 그만 뻥쳐 나는 또 아쉬운 척 잊지는 거라면 나수건 던져 이제는 나비가 되져 나의 꽃을
That little bit of saxophone is so nice. Oh.
이제 꽃이 되어 날 안아줘 날 감싸줘 사랑해 널 사랑해 미안해 너무 미안해서 모든 힘 다해서 노래하고 갈게
Ooh, great piano melody. Very nice. All right. This was the first one. This was from MAS0094, obviously, as well. Onewe, the former versus the latter. But very excited. This one was Butterfly Finding Flower. I really thought this was really incredible. I'm curious to hear. Obviously, I'd imagine one we might be a little bit different in terms of stylization, but I think Kaylee had posted in the comments here saying, honestly, a solid song for a bunch of friends who decided to do this. Yeah, I would have never expected that. I think this was so really well composed and well put together. That I'm very impressed that this was like I'd imagine amongst the first songs that they had put together. But I thought this was really incredible. I love the little bit of like saxophone in there, like horn section. I thought that was really incredible. As well as that, like just kind of the contrast between Young Hoon's vocals that were really incredible, but as well as that, like Gyuk's rapping was really fun. And I think it plays with like this sort of jazz motif super well. This type of stylization is, I would argue, pretty common amongst like a like almost like a lounge kind of feel, like a jazz lounge type vibe, and I'm totally about it. So I definitely appreciate that a lot. And as well as that, Young Hoon's vocals just have this sort of like warmth and character to it that I really appreciated. And so I think he really did an incredible job of singing on this song and just giving the good vibes off. So I definitely love that a ton. But as well as that, guitars were really fun. And then Dongmyeon at the end, his piano work was also really incredible. I also don't know. I know he does say in terms of what Kaylee posted earlier, he is like a vocalist, so I don't know if whether or not he was doing a lot of the backing vocals or not. But he sounded really incredible too. So I'm curious to see how they mesh together in not only the rest of the mass songs, but as well as that in Onewe too. So definitely very fun to see good vibes. He sang in the beginning. Okay, perfect. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, this is an incredible start. I like it. I like this a lot. Kaylee says that it's honestly different from Onewe. Now I still feel the same vibe in their music. Very nice, very nice. And Oprah, thanks for the sub. Finally Onewe. Yes, finally we got him. We're good. We're vibing. This song was their first single ever written. It was written to comfort women, and all of the proceeds from the song were donated as well. Very nice. That's always good to see. You know, we love to see it. So very, very nice. Yeah. Lady says, so I don't know Mass. First time hearing the name, but quickly check to see if they're connected to Onewe. Was this their old name? And it looks like Kaylee got the answer on that. And then Hizdle says, I'm pretty sure that extra instruments not listed are usually done by Gyuk or Kang Hoon. Wow, that's awesome. Okay. Multi-talented. We love to see it. So, and Gungy says rapping reminds me of Peniel from B2B. Very nice. Which is another group I pretty much said that I would love to cover for our next boy group. So I'll keep that in mind. Very excited. But um yeah, this is great. Great starting point. Love to see it. Um Kaylee says I do know that Heron knows the saxophone. So could also be Heron. Let us know. If you know, let us know. But we are going to keep it on with some of the mass songs. We've got 4, so very nice of Kaylee for throwing those in there. And then Ofer says that all the members can play multiple instruments. Very nice. Fun fact, I found out my B-Day twins with Heron, same year and everything. Oh, very nice. Very nice. That is awesome. All right, cool. Well, we're going to be doing Feeling Good next. So hopefully it'll make you feel good. We're going to find out.
아침에 일어나니 딱 오전 8시 정말 공기도 상쾌한 아침이야 걷는 발걸음조차 너무 가볍네 화장실 신호도 타이밍 굿이야
I love that his piano is panning. Really nice.
준비하고서 나가는 길은 정말 산뜻해 여유 있게요 도착했는데 전철이 전역에 있는 이 기분은 Cause right feeling good
Oh.
feeling good day Whoa feeling good day feeling good day Whoa 거울에 비친 내 모습 보면 널 만나러 가는 길은 완벽해 내 머릿속에 널 상상하며 내 마음 두근거리는 이 기분은 오늘의 데일리로 갈사만 좋아 오늘의 패션은 깔끔하게 소화 Yeah, oh yeah, look at girl 그냥 내 마음에 드는 걸 어필하러 가볼까요 man 입도 잘 풀려 자신감 있는 멘트 멘트 속에는 재치 있는 센스 와우 하나같이 잘 부르는데 오늘의 느낌이 저 I'm feeling good day Good day Feeling good day Whoa feeling good day
That melody choice is so good.
Feeling good day Whoa
Little jazzy riff. I like it.
Feeling good day Feeling good day Whoa feeling good day Feeling good day Whoa feeling good day Feeling good day Whoa feeling good day Feeling good day Feeling good day Whoa feeling good day
Ooh. All right. That was a Mass 0094 and their song Feeling Good. Very nice. Very nice. I like this one a lot as well. Again, I'm digging the jazzy side of things. I agree with Gunky. You know what? This is going to be very complimentary to them. But it's giving me a little bit of like a little Wave to Earth feel, and I love that band so much. So I feel like to me, I find a lot of resonance in that. Obviously, I know that Wave to Earth doesn't have any sort of like rapping or anything, but like at least in terms of the guitar work and things of that nature, that's kind of what I can associate it more towards. So I really love that, and seeing them recently, it was a blast. So you know, in that aspect, love seeing that band, love hearing this type of music because I feel like jazz is underrated. I know a lot gets a lot of hate, but I love jazz now. I used to be a jazz hater, so now I really enjoy it. But this is great. I think this song itself does a really great job of um I feel like obviously the title of the song does a great job of giving you that good feeling as well too. Like it just got a really kind of light, airy sort of quality to it. I love like the way that the like piano slash keyboard works in this song. It's got like this, like the type of like the type of tone that they're using in this song. I feel like Dong Myung did a great job of like picking something that just kind of has like almost like a softness to it that I really appreciate, and I think it flows throughout the song really nicely. There was that cool bit at the beginning where there was some really nice panning as well. I really love the chorus of this song. I can't tell. I would imagine it's probably Young Hoon's like vocals, and it seemed like Dong Myung as well was kind of doing like harmonies in that chorus section, and that was just so beautiful. I really love that a ton, and I think like that melody choice, like midway through the chorus, is just really beautiful. And not that I feel like it does go understated, but I feel like it just is just a cool centerpiece to this song. Um, Everything else is super chill. Drumming's awesome, like really in the pocket. I gotta give a shout out to Heron because he's got to hold it all together. So I think he does a great job of keeping the rhythm in the pocket. Um, I also feel like to me underrated Gyuk, not only in his rapping, but as well as that, like his bass playing in this song was so smooth. There were some really fun transitions, like bass wise, that I really appreciate. I am not the most accomplished bass players, but I do like listening to some really fun like bass riffs, and he certainly brought it in this song. It's very subtle, but I think if you like play bass and you know what's going on, then I think it just adds to that overall enjoyment of the track. But yeah, it's 2 for 2 right now. I'm really vibing with it. And again, I'm excited to get into some more of the mass stuff, but I'm curious to see how much of a transition is gonna be from like the mass stuff to Onewe. So it's gonna be interesting. Kaylee says that they have remade a lot of their mass stuff on Onewe albums later on. Very nice, very nice. Um, and Yuval says first verse lyrics. I wake up in the morning exactly 8 a.m. Even in the air, it's pleasant morning. Even the steps that I'm taking seem light. Even the signal to the bathroom, the timing is perfect. I mean, hey, if that's how your 8 a.m. morning wakes up, that's great. My 8 a.m. morning is me rolling out of my bed with bedhead and trying to roll myself into the car. So, uh, to get to work. So I respect that that's how they felt, but none of them have worked real jobs. So that's I'm gonna say. It's a little bit more difficult. Oof. Guggy says my morning is at 5 a.m. Oof. I was gonna say I could never be me. If you are a morning person, respect. I need my cup of coffee in the morning, and I'm good. After that. Connie, hello. Thanks for hanging out. Son just says not a morning person. Yeah, I am firmly planted in a not morning person. Yeah, everyone. It seems like chat is a not morning lovers. So I respect all of you. We're on the same page. Gungy says I'm not used to being a morning person, but I am now. I was gonna say I feel like most people are not morning people, but have to be morning people because of other things that they have to do, obligations. So I get you. Um, all right, cool. Well, we're gonna move on to the next mass track we have here, which is Starlight. So let's keep it going. Thank you, Full. Second digital single. All right, cool.
별보다 빛나고 아름다운
Oh, I'm keeping track.
당신의 미소 때문에 별보다 빛나고 아름다운 세상을 알았어요. 당신을 위해 기도해요. 당신을 위해 노래해요. 다 나아질 거라고. 당신을 위해 기도해요. 당신을 위해 노래해요. 모두 좋아질 거라고. 별보다 빛나고 아름다운 당신의 미소 때문에 별보다 빛나고 아름다운 사랑을 알았어요.
Patty, hello. Thanks for hanging out.
별보다 빛나고 아름다운 당신의 미소 때문에 별보다 빛나고 아름다운 세상을 알았어요. 당신이 내게 준 사랑을 내 맘에 가득히 넘쳐요. 지금까지 상처받은 모든 일들을 다
That head no falsetto tone, really nice. Yo, so good. What a great solo.
빛나고 아름다운 당신의 미소 때문에 별보다 빛나고 아름다운 사랑을 알았어요. 당신을 알았어요.
Aw. Nice. All right. That was Mass0094 and their song Starlight. I was curious, maybe chat could point this out. Let me see if I can get a full shot of all of them together. So just to get this correct, is Younghoon behind the keyboard? And we have Domyoung like not behind the keyboard, or do I have a mix? Okay, very nice. Yes, this time. Okay, perfect. All right. I had a feeling, I wasn't 100% sure, but I was like, man, Dongmyeong had some like crazy good vocals in this, and I was like, wait. I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, I might be wrong. So I'm I'm glad I did get clarification. But I really liked Younghoon's vocals. I feel like I'm gonna say that probably for the next, I don't know, 21 songs we're gonna be listening to today. Um, but he's got really incredible vocals, and like I was really surprised at I was really surprised in terms of like his vocals compared to Domyoung's. I think he's got such a like warm tone, and like Domyoung has also like this really kind of like low end like warmth as well too. So it was like a cool combination, and obviously like him doing something a little bit different vocally in this song. Both of them were I think was definitely a good variation from that. But I gotta say, listen, I'm a guitar stan. I love guitars. I love guitar solos. And Kang Yoon, man, he came out and he kicked the door down, and I'm so for it because that guitar solo was awesome. And I really, really loved the like. I loved how like it almost it kind of, again, I know that some people had posted in chat saying like it gave like OST vibes, and I feel like that is pretty accurate. But man, that like guitar solo almost felt like another vocalist, which I really appreciate, because whenever you're able to style like a guitar solo like that is just really impressive to me. um but yeah, overall, this was a very, very cool track. Definitely ballad worthy for sure. So we know that Alex and Therese would certainly not be vibing with this one as much, but I thought this was very solid. Yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. Definitely a different change of pace considering we've gotten a good bit of jazzy type songs, but I thought this one was very like soulful, very emotional, and I love that about it. I think you could definitely tell there was a lot of fun emotion, good emotion in the song, and I liked it a lot. So very cool. Kaylee says Younghoon's voice for me is more soulful versus Domyoung, who is more bright. I think I'm gonna have to notice that a little bit more. But in this song, I feel like he was definitely a little soulful, which is cool. Kaylee says, "Ah, the stars in space. That's their theme. You will notice a lot more in 1 week." Very nice, very nice. Patty says that interesting video. It's like they're playing in a British Manor house garden. If anyone knows where this is at, I'm curious. Um, Good guitar solo. You mean my 10-year-old pub song, professionally produced guitar solo is 10 times better. He did have a nice tone though. Hey, listen, this is like early on, so I mean, I imagine it's probably gonna only get better from here on out. So very nice, very nice. But we're gonna keep it going. The next one we got is another mass song. So let's get into it. Make some noise. Okay, perfect. The guitar is out, yeah.
Showtime 잠시간 안에 그려봐 너와 나의 지난 fantasy Showtime don't stop and volume up 다 같이 뛰자 저 하늘 위로 오늘 밤 미친 것처럼 망설이지 마 괜찮아 이렇게 나와 함께 있자 baby Whoa, whoa. I feel you, I feel so higher and higher 오늘 밤 미친 것처럼 오늘 밤은 나와 함께 Make us feel 지금 이 순간은 나와 Make you love 피할 순 없어 단 한 번뿐인 걸 너와 내가 함께 할 순간
Ooh.
시간들 모두 다
Nice.
잊어버린 거 다가오는 리듬 속 심장은 다시 쿵쿵 Don't town we never 너는 웍지고 이건 별이 날랐어 뻗고 다 끝날 때까지 받쳐 미친 듯이 showtime 다 같이 뛰자 저 하늘 위로 오늘 밤 미친 것처럼 망설이지 마 괜찮아 이렇게 나와 함께 있자 baby My turn
Ooh, I like that tone. Nice.
천천히 다가와 나의 손 잡고 천천히 안겨봐 두 눈 꼭 감고 수많은 사람들 속에 내 몸이 반응해 너야 좀 더 가까이
All those people showed up.
다 같이 다 같이 뛰자 저 하늘 위로 오늘 밤
What?
미친 것처럼 망설이지 마 괜찮아 이렇게 나와 함께 있자 baby Say wow 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 I feel you I feel so higher and higher Say wow wow Say wow wow 오늘 밤 미친 것처럼
All right, cool. That was Mass, and it was Make Some Noise. Very interesting. All right, I need chat to explain this. Hizo and Lainey put they did the mannequin challenge. What the hell? Oh no, I feel like I'm opening up a can of worms by asking what this is, but um if anyone would like to explain, I'm very curious because that broke my immersion entirely. The mannequin challenge? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the mannequin challenge is. Oh god. It was an internet trend back during this time where people would just freeze frame. No, I've never heard this. Nope. I was on the internet back in 2016, but I probably wasn't looking for these types of videos. Not enough. Yeah, I was not enough. I remember the Harlem Shake, but I don't remember. I do not remember this. I don't remember the mannequin challenge. Huh. Very interesting. See, Gunky, listen, that's how I know I'm an Ajishi, just because, yeah, it makes sense. Now this checks, There is like a line drawn in the sand now between me and chat. um, Anyway, besides the point, I enjoyed the song regardless. It was very fun. I loved the like synth tones. They were very nice. I also really enjoyed a lot of the bass work. I think Gyuk sounded fantastic. Not only I think in his rapping, I really enjoyed his rapping verses, but also his bass tone in this song was like super super fun, and he has a lot of great low end that I think meshes well because they only have one guitar player, and the piano kind of straddles between both the like bass tones as well as kind of the more like mid-range treble tones. So I think they did a great job of kind of having different members do those things because just like sonically I think piano fits most in some pockets of the bass tones, but then also hits in a lot of the guitar tones as well too. So really enjoyed that a lot. I thought the vocals were really fun, especially between Younghoon and Domyoung. I thought their combination was really interesting as well. But yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot. Definitely a fun vibe. Seems like one that I would imagine is very fun to see live in that perspective. So I can only imagine much more now. I feel like it's a good vibe. I imagine Onewe is still touring, but I'm not 100% sure. So, Gogi says the old ones have spoken. Yeah, I fully will take that. I will take this L, permanently. Over says they sometimes have only one guitar player. Okay, appreciate it. I imagine sometimes they like again just very similarly to like touring artists and stuff. You have a touring guitar player, so I imagine they probably have someone that's doing some of the other guitar work that obviously isn't like pronounced as much. So would make sense. Yuval says the sound and vibe gives me a heavy second gen vibe. Even almost sounds a bit like Because of You by the girl group After School to me. Very nice. Young Hoon is sometimes on guitar. Very nice. And it looks like it was echoed by Kaylee. So very nice, very nice, very nice. Again, multi-talented king. We love to see it. So, all right. Well, we're finally getting into it. We have moved into Onewe, and this one is Reminisce About All. So very nice, very nice. All right. Basically, party concert, good vibes. Yep, that's what I was getting from that. Kaylee says, I don't care. This song is a bold decision for a debut, but it works so well for them. Okay. Everyone's vibing with this one. So let's go. Let's get into it. We got captions. Nice.
술 한 잔에 웃으며 얘기할 수 있는 지금인데 어렸으니까 그땐 그랬으니까 무뎌지는 내 마음 네 마음 그래 다 한때 사랑했던 그녀를 내 탓 네 탓 그저 한순간 참 이상해 감정이란 게 한순간에 바뀐 내 모습에 널 사랑해 아니 싫어해 내 맘은 그게 아니야 좀 그만해 결국 살아보니 다 추억 아픈 시간들도 다 추억 그래 왜 몰랐을까 왜 아팠을까 no 술 한 잔에 웃으며 얘기할 수 있는 지금인데 어렸으니까 그땐 그랬으니까 I won't go back 어린 나의 널 기억해 날 사랑해
Violin's beautiful.
펑펑 울던 그날 그 밤 그땐 눈물도 있었나 봐 돌아보면 그때 내게 바보라 말할 것 같아 참 이상해 기억이란 게 한순간에 네가 그리운데 넌 잘 지내 난 그냥 뭐 내 말은 그게 아니야 또 이런 결국 살아보니 다 추억 아픈 시간들도 다 추억 그래 왜 몰랐을까 왜 아팠을까 no 술 한 잔에 웃으며 얘기할 수 있는 지금인데 어렸으니까 그땐 그랬으니까 돌아갈 수 있다면 날 볼 수 있다면 그땐 싫어했던 날 널 볼 수 있다면 돌아가게 된다면
I like how the guitar is in that right ear. Nice.
지금이 오지 않게 널 지나칠게
Oh, great falsetto tone.
시간들도 다 추억 그래 왜 몰랐을까 왜 아팠을까 No 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 no
All right, cool. That was Onewe's Reminisce About All to start off. Very nice, very nice. Um, I thought this was beautiful. I again, I don't know. I'm curious to know how many people followed Mass into Onewe, if there was like, or people just found out about Onewe and obviously went from that path. So chat, I'm curious if, like I said, if you had heard about Mass and then followed to Onewe, or you just heard about Onewe and you kind of got down the rabbit hole. Okay, Hizzo says I did. It was a ton of us. Very nice. And Ofra also said the same thing. I'm sure they gained a lot more attention when they joined RBW. I was gonna say I would care to agree with that as well too. Um, Found them as Onewe. Okay. Um, I think for me this was really beautiful. I agree with Kaylee in the sense that I like, again, knowing what they had done with Mash just now and getting into Onewe now to start off. Like, I think it's an interesting. I think it's definitely interesting starting to start off, certainly. Um, but man, I thought it was incredibly arranged. I think that was kind of what stood out to me the most. I love that the beginning was pretty much just Younghoon and Dong just because I think they have incredible synergy together. Not only I think just having the piano and the vocals together, but I think it really worked out well in terms of doing the most with what they had going on. So I love the fact that they are able to highlight it in such a intimate way at the beginning of the song, and as you kind of progress, it snowballs, you know what I mean? You get a little bit of bass tone from Gyuk later on in the song that just adds this kind of like beautiful like low end to it, and then King Hyun comes in with like that awesome acoustic guitar, and I thought it was mixed very interestingly because you could basically hear the piano in the dead center of the mix, and then weirdly enough the bass tone was practically only on the left hand side of my ear, and then on the right hand side it was pretty much King Hyun's like acoustic guitar work, and then the drums were also said dead set in the middle, which I think is very interesting. Typically you would have, at least musically, you would want to have them kind of be split where like you would pan like one part of the guitar track to the right ear, and then you pan the other half to the left ear. Same with like piano, same with like bass work if you wanted to get a level of like fullness to the track. So this was a very interesting arrangement, but I think it really allows you to kind of like focus more in on all the different elements of the song, but I think also as well as that, like the vocals stand out a little bit more. So I really love that. I didn't think I was gonna like it at first, but I think by like the end of the song, I was really kind of enjoying like being able to kind of get like almost a like spectrum of different things, and being able to pick out different things on the left side of my ear versus the right side of my ear, and to me it's like a song that I'll definitely be going back to because I'm so curious to see if like there's different like nuances or different things to like be taken from this song, which I really appreciate. I also gotta give another shout out to Younghoon's vocals in terms of his like head voice to like falsetto tone. Super fun. And I think it again drives this sort of like emotional like fortitude to the song. So really enjoy that aspect of it. But yeah, overall, I think this was great. I think it kind of again gives you this sort of like whimsy, but just in such a beautifully like melodic and emotional way that it kind of takes you on a journey, and so for them to lead off Onewe with this song specifically, I think is really incredible and definitely a little bit daring in that aspect because it to me feels like To me, it feels like if you're gonna put out a song to start, like to debut with your new project with, this wouldn't be the type of vibe that I would particularly assume would work well. But just coming out of this song, I'm like, wow, this was incredible. So I don't know if people may have taken it from it in that aspect, um, but I think they did a really great job and definitely stuck their neck out for sure. So I got to give them a lot of credit. So Kaylee says, I just love how they build emotion through the song. I agree. It starts off like really small, and then as it progresses, it blossoms. So I really like that a lot. And Ofra says, Young Hoon knows how to bring the emotions out. I'm sure I'm gonna be feeling that later on, I imagine. And then Yuval says that he co-wrote, Young Hoon co-produced and co-arranged the entire song. Very nice. And wrote it. Very nice. Very cool. Hizo says it was crazy in real time because they went silent for like a year and we were all worried they stopped making music, then popped up on RBW show and then on reality show with Oneus. Very nice. Very nice. And then a lot of people don't realize that this is their debut and they think it's the next song on the playlist, which is a B-side. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, a lot of people said they found out about Onewe and then went backwards from what I could gather in chat. So very nice, very nice. We're gonna keep it moving here because we got quite the playlist to go through. But the next one we have is, it looks like Ring. I'm just gonna double check. Ring My Ears. Okay, perfect. Let's get into it. Nice capo.
귀걸이가 나를 때리게 뛰어야지 난 남들 몇 배.
Yuck, starting out the song. Interesting.
귀걸이가 볼에 닿을 때 그건 초록색 신호야가 덮에 빛의 모양은 닳잖아. 다섯 개 구멍 반짝까지 땀이 많이 지어지던 자리 날 보는 너도 마찬가지 이 펴진 색깔은 라리 빛의 모양은 닳잖아. 한쪽 달처럼 너무 밝은 걸 두 쪽 열쇠는 내 귀에 걸어둬 세쪽 줄을 잡아 올라가지 내 쪽도 긴 줄을 잡아서 계속 올라가지 난 한쪽 달처럼 너무 밝은 걸 두 쪽 열쇠는 내 귀에 걸어둬 세쪽
Interesting build of this pre-chorus.
내 쪽도 긴 줄을 잡아서 계속 올라가지 난
Ooh. Oh, nice. Great fill. Ooh. Man, Heron's going wild.
귀걸이가 나를 때리게 조금은 무거워도 it's okay 빛바랜 내 earring to concept 긴 시간에 판 상처도 다물게 끊어질 때까지 널 위해 노래할게 아른아른거리네 다른 맘은 좋네 한쪽 달처럼 너무 밝은 걸 두쪽 열쇠는 내 귀에 걸어둬 왼쪽 줄을 잡아 올라가지 내 쪽도 긴 줄을 잡아서 계속 올라가지 난 숨차게 달려 another door 보이지 않아 on the door 두 개가 꼬여도 아닌 척 잠시 한쪽은 버려둬 금이 가도 사뭇 다른 걸 역시 너와는 달리고 한쪽 달처럼 너무 밝은 걸 두쪽기는 절대 유행감이 새좀 녹이슨 내 체인까지 내 쪽도 길게 널 내려다본 정도로 덤빈 난
Nice little bit of lead too in that right ear. Nice. Oh, interesting stopping point. Huh. All right. This was Onewe's Ring My Ears if you're hanging out. Very nice, very nice. I noticed very similarly to the first song we listened to from Onewe. I don't know if it's a stylistic choice, and I'm curious to see again how the songs play out further. But I did notice that at least for these two songs, that again, very similarly to the last, right ear has the guitar, mostly the guitar work. The left ear has like more of the bass tones. The piano sitting somewhere in the middle, and same with the drumming. And vocally, it's more center as well too, but definitely like pans a little bit, which I think is very interesting. Again, I'm curious to see if that is just a stylistic choice from the like earlier parts of Onewe. And I'm just curious if maybe like further on they either continue on with this stylistically, or if they kind of have more of a interesting, like more, I guess, more typical tone in terms of like having the guitars on both ears. And I'm gonna get into like a bunch of mixing terminology or whatever, but just like having both the guitars on each side, right, left and right ear. Same with bass. Like just the way it's mixed is very interesting. So, curious to see if that is a continuation. But song itself definitely is a little bit more definitely a little bit more my speed. I love that they started off with Gyuk. He has such a fun like rapping tone, but like I think he stood out a ton in this song, which I really like. And I know he did a little bit of vocals, which was also really cool too to see. And I also know, from what I could tell here in this video, is Kang Yeon also did some vocals as well too, which was also very interesting as well. Um, but to me, I think the person that stood out the most in this song was Heron. His drumming, fantastic. This man knows meter super well, and he's got some really great fills in this track that I really love. So, did a great job taking it all across the kit in this song. So, really loved his drumming a ton, and I think that was to me one of the more standout parts of this track. As well as that, I did pick up on, I don't know if Kaylee mentioned this in like a previous song, but I could tell a lot of the fun like vocal nuances and tones of like of Dong Myung. Like he's got this really interesting sort of like vocal styling that I don't know if I really picked up on earlier on in Mass, as well as like these two Onewe songs, but this song specifically, I was like, ooh, he's kind of got this like interesting vocal tone, and I'm curious to see if I can pick that out a little bit more in further material, just because I think I really enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, overall, I think everybody sounded fantastic. Like I said, probably my two favorite people in this song specifically were probably Heron and Gyuk. I think they stood out to me the most, as well as Dong Myung as well. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, he's got just a fun tone. Heron. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jazz. And Kaylee says, yeah, I do think his voice is different at times. Went on, so the songs are closer to what I know it is. Very nice, very nice. It looks like it was arranged by King Hyung and Gyuk. Very nice, very nice. And so everyone is noticing what I'm noticing apparently now. Never paid attention to that much, but would be so fun to see as we go on. And Jazz also confirmed that as well too. So very nice, very nice. Cool. We're so far so far I've enjoyed a lot of these. So I'm curious to see how these all go on further. So we are going to get into the next one. It looks like Regulus is the next one. So let's get into it.
내가 사는 별의 이름은 야행성이라고들 불러 매일 어두울진 몰라도 외롭지는 않아 내가 숨쉬는 이곳에는 너를 닮은 꽃 한 송이가 시들지 않고서 여전히 내 곁에 함께 있어 이 밤도 날도 예쁜 날 넌 오죽할까 두 손 쥐어 잡고 저 들뜬 섬에 가 살까 그래 넌 날 새어나가지 않게 손끝이 충분히 닿게 저기 저 푸른 바다 앞에 우리 사랑은 또 가득해 너가 이미 가득 찬 내 맘에 톡톡 비가 갠돼 우린 활짝 폈네 내가 사는 별의 이름은 야행성이라고들 불러 매일 어두울진 몰라도 외롭지는 않아 내가 숨쉬는 이곳에는 너를 닮은 꽃 한 송이가 시들지 않고서 여전히 내 곁에 함께 있어 길 건너오는 발걸음 소리에 뜨거운 태양과 달빛은 이미 널 기다리고 있어 이 밤도 날도 예쁜 날 넌 오죽할까 꽃잎 두 쪽 되어 우리
Ooh, nice harmonies.
만약 내가 사라져 기억을 못한데도 오직 너만 알 수 있게 수평선 별 밑에 비밀을 묻어둘게 톡톡 너란 꽃을 다시 피울 수 있게 내가 사는 별의 이름은 야행성이라고들 불러 매일 어두울진 몰라도 외롭지는 않아 내가 숨쉬는 이곳에는 너를 닮은 꽃 한 송이가 시들지 않고서 여전히 내 곁에 함께 있어 시들지마 제발 시들지만 없어져도 날 기억해 그쪽이 기적이야 이별은 특별해 추억이 살아 숨쉬어 지구와 별거리는 멀어도 kill up the call
Nice little bit of leads. Nice.
달이 지고 요명이 널 밝힐 때까지 밤하늘에 많은 별들은 지구를 향해서 빛나고 내가 숨쉬는 야행성은 너를 빛낼게 수많은 사람들 중에 내가 기억하는 단 한 사람 지금 이 노래를 듣고 있는 너를 기억해 yeah.
All right, cool. This was Onewe's Regulus. Very nice, very nice. Um, Man, this was fun. I enjoyed this one a lot. I know a lot of people were in chat were saying that this one had a lot to do with their space series from what I could tell here, which excited to obviously get into more, which we will be. Oprah says that this is based off of the book of the Little Prince. Very nice, very nice. Yuval says, I really like this. The heavy use of auto-tune kind of brought it down for me, though, especially since they sounded so good without it. And then Over says, listen to the live version. So we'll have to check that out at a future time. But I thought this was very nice. I was surprised at how they used I was surprised at how they used the auto tune. I don't think it to me personally, I don't feel like it detracted as much to the song, and that's no disrespect to you fool. They have their opinion, and I respect it. Um, but I felt like the autotune was a cool contrast, and I think to me it worked really well when I heard Yuk and Dong Myung's vocals together. I thought that contrast was really nice, and it added like this little bit of texture to Gyuk's like voice slash like rapping tone that I thought was really interesting. And so to me, I think it was I was imagining it as more of a like artistical choice, to try to again kind of give off a different flavor, a different vibe, and I don't find it dissimilar to like when I'm thinking of like Western pop music when like when you have like a rapper feature or something like that, or like very similarly, like I know Post Malone early on in his career used a lot of like autotune. I'm sure he still does now for like a lot of his music. But like it's a tasteful usage of it. It's more used as like like in addition, So T Pain is another one as well that I can think of off the top of my head. But I thought this was very nice. I love the guitar work specifically in this song as well too. Kang Hyun did a great job on not only like the really good clean tone, but as well as that, like a lot of the chord phrasing was really fun, and I really liked that a lot. His guitar solo was also really nice too. Really enjoyed like the like that like blistering tone he had. Really great job. I think it cuts through this mix super well. I liked the like bridge section slash like last part of the song. I really feel like Young Hoon's vocals just like took it to another dimension, and he's got such a great like respect for his vocals and where to place them in a song, and like he just picked the most opportune moment to sound like really great to just kind of finalize the song towards the end, and so I really really like that a ton. Um, so to me, this is a cool combination of all those things. I think it's things that I've already really enjoyed about Onewe thus far. Um, so I'll have to check out this release at some point. Um, I genuinely try to do what I can in terms of listening to a lot of these groups after we do these deep dives. So if there's any songs that you would like me to save to check out on stream, let me know, and I'll make sure to listen to them. Hopefully, so. But yeah, this was definitely a different vibe from what I've heard thus far. But I still feel like it has the DNA of what Onewe does best. So really really like that. Oprah says, if anybody wants, I have a few of their concerts and I'm willing to share. Very nice. Well, we appreciate it, Ofra. Sanja says that I'll also go looking into the live version. These guys have beautiful voices. Not sure they need it. Very, very nice. Very nice. And then the next song is the song that made me a fan. Very cool. Very cool. And then Yuful asked, does anyone know if Chat Hareen ever sings in Onewe songs? Not official songs, really. Okay. Appreciate that, Kaylee. But we're gonna keep it moving. The next one we have on the list here is Q. So let's go. Oh, this is Hwasa. I was like, oh, I know that name. Omari vibing with this one.
내일은 미뤄도 나 너와의 시간은 항상 금같이 다루지 나 생각은 바쁘지 않나 굳이 널 다물지 않나 근데 넌 왜 나에게 하루 종일 매일 달라 현실에는 감아 차라리 꿈에 들어가 왜 만드니 부사다 이젠 싫은데 너 때문에 애같이 굴잖아 제발 날 놔야 하니 모를 걸면이 불안함 그래 같이
Ooh.
울잖아 모르겠다고 몇 번씩 묻는 연락도 모르겠다고 가끔 보내는 표현도 모르겠다고 내일 밝은 분위기도 모르겠다고 모르겠다고 네 맘을 다물어 가 대화는 산으로 가 상처는 아무로 가 손을 다물어 가 네 맘을 다물어 가 대화는 산으로 가 상처는 아무로 가 손을 다물어 가 너물고 수많은 남자를
Oh, she's got a big
만나봤지
feature.
만보여져 스토커반 님의 그 방식 I don't like 내 맘은 잠기지 않은데 넌 자꾸 또해 네 맘에 맞춰도
Oh, great guitar work.
앞뒤가 바뀌어도 우린 그 자리에도 나만 그 자리에 눈으로 봐도 난 진짜 모르겠다고 앞뒤가 섞여도 우린 그 자리에도 나만 그 자리에
That's just so much fun.
난 진짜 모르겠다고 몇 번씩 내는 연락도 모르겠다고 가끔 보내는 표현도 모르겠다고 매일 밝은 분위기도 모르겠다고 모르겠다고 네 맘을 다물어가 대화는 산으로
Ooh, a little bit of a jazz section. Nice.
네 맘을 다물어가 대화는 산으로 가 상처는 아무로 가 어서 널 다물어 가 답답했던 나의 그 말투까지 또 좋아하게 됐어 서로를 잊기 싫은 모습까지
Loving this bridge.
모르겠다고 몇 번씩 묻는 연락도 모르겠다고 가끔 보내는 표현도 모르겠다고 매일 밝은 분위기도 모르겠다고 모르겠다고 네 맘을 다물어가 대화는 산으로 가 상처는 아무로 가 손을 다물어 가네 맘을
Oh.
다물어가 대화는 산으로 가 상처는 아무로 가 손을 다물어 가
Oh my god. Very nice. All right, this was Onewe's Q featuring Hwasa. Very nice. This is a 11 out of 10 for me. This was so good. I love this one. I feel like I'm a little bit biased though because I do really love Hwasa. And I also really enjoy Onewe thus far. So I feel like there is a little bit of bias there certainly, but the song is incredibly well arranged. Like probably my favorite arrangement thus far. I think it incorporates like really fun like trap elements to the song that I think is really really well acquainted to their sound. And I know I've played Polyphia for chat before. It's given me some Polyphia vibes, which if you have not checked out Polyphia, please go check them out. They're amazing. But was giving me a little Polyphia vibes, and I'm fully on board for that. As well as that, I really really loved that this wasn't just solely a feature. You know what I mean? I think it does do a great job of showing off Hwasa's capabilities outside of Mamamoo, which is great in and of itself. But then also I feel like it shows off a lot of the great capabilities of what Onewe can do too. And again, I know that it looks like Kalia says Onewe and Mamamoo are on each other's songs multiple times. Very nice. But I think it just was so it didn't feel like a feature. It just kind of felt like them collabing together, and like it was just so interweaved. And I was like, okay, well, this song features Hwasa, so we'll get like a verse in the song, and I'll be happy. You know what I mean? Obviously, I feel like, I've never satiated enough to be like, oh man, I wish they were a part of the whole song. But like, as the song kind of kept going on, I was like, wait, she's still in it, the MV, she's still in the song, and they kept integrating her super well. And it was like just a cool like it was a cool like addition because I think it just adds this extra dimension to what Onewe does, but then also highlighting again what Hwasa does in her own work as well too. So she did feel like a full on member to this track. So I really appreciate that in that aspect. Um, it does benefit too that they're under the same company. Yeah, it feels like a group done project for sure, for sure. Young Hoon even whistles on one Mamu song. Very nice, very nice. But yeah, this was incredible. I particularly one of my favorite parts of this section was when Gyeok and Hwasa were like harmonized rapping together. I thought that was really impressive, and I was just enamored by it. Um, but I also want to give a shout outs to like I feel like the silent killer in this song particularly for me, which is King Yoon. Like that guitar solo was so fucking good. I really loved it. He was doing like a lot of cool like jazz like solo type scales and stuff in that section, and it just sounded so fluid and so smooth. So I have to give him a lot of credit as again someone who has studied jazz for a good amount of years. He's got some really great chops as a guitar player. So thoroughly impressed with his guitar work specifically in this song. But everyone crushed it. I feel like this was such a fun collab track, and they did a great job, and I would hope that maybe it opens the door for people that are familiar with Hwasa to obviously go check out Onewe, and obviously the inverse of that I think is really cool. So again, maybe familiarize people with other groups, and that's always fun. But yeah, wonderful track, probably gonna be one of my favorites. I can already feel that this is amongst the top songs that I've heard tonight. But I would love to be proven wrong, certainly. So Kaylee says dude's insane. He would go on live and play one of his guitar solos over and over, each time playing it faster. Oh my god. Just to see if he could. That's respect. Again, I gotta give him a lot of props for that, because again, that is super difficult, and to just be able to do it on the fly with that level of precision is always fun. Ophra says that Younghoon is in charge of whistling in RBW. Very nice, very nice. And wait till you see the toy instruments version of Q. I'm sure it's probably wild. So I'm excited. But yeah, this was a great track. Also, as a side bit, if you live in the States, I know Hwasa is going on tour. So go check that out if you do like Hwasa. That's just my slight plug. I did see it show up on my feed recently, so I know she's coming to the States. So if you want to see her, cool. If not, that's also fine too. But yeah, she's playing. I don't know where she's playing exactly, but hopefully it's a city near you. But either way, we're gonna keep it moving. The next one we have here is I'm gonna scroll End of Spring. So let's go. Let's get into it. Oh, I'm going to recognize people. Let's go. I'm about it. Putting my knowledge to the test here. Ooh, that guitar is so cool. Cool pre-chorus. Wow, all right, okay.
남자일도 무르익었다 차차 떨어지고 모든 게 시든 봄이지 나의 계절 앞에 너만이 오는 봄바람 타고 위험 아직 버티고 있는 저기 아름다운 꽃한 너 때문에
I was gonna say there's definitely some Purple Kiss members I recognize. I thought I was seeing things. There's Alexa, nice.
소리쳐 다시 너의 이름을 불러보지만 하나둘 지워져가 아름다웠던 나의 계절 봄은
Huh. Okay. All right, cool. This was Onewe's End of Spring. Very nice. I did see in chat they were saying that I missed one. I did see some members of Purple Kiss. I did see Alexa, of course, the one of my favorite people. I love to see Alexa. I don't know who I'm missing. I'm very curious. The MV has Oneus, Purple Kiss, and Alexa. Okay, Oneus was okay, that would make sense. I might have missed them just on the sheer fact that I was like, oh, okay, am I like, am I, am I seeing double? You know what I mean? Like that could have been just my brain going wild, but it was kind of a little hard to tell. But there was definitely some moments where I was like, okay, I get it. So Hizzle says they were in the scene in the garage. Okay, very nice. I was gonna say there was a lot of people, but I think it did a pretty solid job. You know, two out of three. I'll take that. You know, they were just doing one of us were just doing their thing again. We love to see it. All right, I thought this was very interesting. The verses were very like light and like kind of added this sort of like I like how minimal they were in some fashion. Like the vocals really stood out a lot more, which I appreciate. The pre-chorus was actually pretty large in this song, which I was very surprised because the build for that pre-chorus is like a pretty long build. But I think they do a great job of kind of keeping your interest throughout that pre-chorus. So I really appreciate that a ton. And then you just get this kind of like EDM, like sort of like build out in that chorus, which I think is really fun, very energetic, and I think it keeps the song inviting. It does definitely give that sort of summer vibe already, which again, end of spring would make sense, you know. So I thought that was really cool. I can't help but unhear this, and I can't unhear it, but the chorus, for whatever reason, reminds me of, I think the song is called Timber, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a really popular like western pop song, and I put those two. It does remind me of Kesha, yeah, for whatever reason. And I was like, man, I've heard this chorus before, and I couldn't put it together. And now I'm like, it does sound like timber now that I think about it. And I was like, that's crazy. So my brain went overload on that. So, um, because it's got that same sort of like EDM, like big push sort of sound, and I feel like that chorus in timber definitely has a similar sort of structure. Um, but yeah, no, overall, thought this was solid. I think if it came up on my playlist, I would definitely be listening to it. Um, but I don't know if I would necessarily go out of my way to listen to this one specifically. Um, I like I said, it's not a bad song, but it definitely was not my cup of tea personally. Um, but I respect you if you love the song. If this is your favorite Onewe song, hey, I get you. I get you. But yeah, this was fun. Very good. I think like I said, I feel like the differentiation between like each of the members that has been in prior tracks has just been so much fun. And I felt like this one feels like the most like it feels the most like radio friendly type song, and that is not a bad thing because I know that some artists need to have those types of songs in their arsenal. But hey, if you love this song and this is your vibe, I get it. Kaylee says, that's fair. It's a little different from their other work. I agree. UFO says, I like the song, but honestly wish the chorus hit a bit harder. I would agree as well. The video is maybe their best, though. Their budget was insane for this and was visually awesome to look at. I agree. I think the MV was doing a lot of heavy lifting, but that is not to discredit the song as a whole. Oprah says that the rock version is this one is the one that members prefer as well. This is the song they had least say on. That would make sense. Kaylee says it's on one of my playlists on with all their slower stuff, so it's a jump scare every time it comes on. That is a move. That is a move, certainly. I guess it will keep you awake if you need it. So, very nice, very nice. We are gonna keep it moving here. The next one we have on our playlist is Parting. So let's keep it going. Keeps you on your toes, exactly.
너와 나 사이에 반복된 충돌이 잦아들 때쯤 이미 넌 내게 등을 돌려 단 하루의 지구로 소행성이 떨어지기 전에 못한 말을 전하리 서서히 나를 끌어당기는 너의 중력에 얼마 남지 않은 나의 모래시계 소리가 들려 어두운 그림자가 날 가롭게 파고들어 두 눈을 감고 도둑이는 너에게 맡긴 채 우리 두 별빛에 만개한 밤 별의 두 사이 먼지도 가쁘게 숨쉰다 너와 나 사이에 반복된 충돌이 찾아들 때쯤 힘이 넌 내게 등을 돌려 단 하루의 지구로 소행성이 떨어지기 전에 못한 말을 전하리
Ooh, that little synth run. Ooh.
마지막까지 내게 전하지 못했던 말 한마디 수없이 놓인 이별 사이의 중간쯤 우리 추억을 간직해 계속해서 나에게 가도 들리는 나에게 이른 천사의 소리가 은하수 때쯤은 내가 굳게 되고 걱정과 품은 두고 가슴에 꼭두각시에 끈끈 속삭임 마지막에 시공 속에 묻은 끝까지 우린 여기에 너와 나 사이 마지막까지 네 손을 놓지 않고 버틸게 세상의 끝에 점차 다가오던 순간에 지나가고서 나의 빛을 찾아
Ooh. Ugh. Great solo. Oh. Ooh, I love this ending. Wow, incredible, incredible. All right, this was Onewe's Parting. If you're hanging out, very nice. Um, this one I feel like it gets better and better. Like as the song progresses, I was like, everyone was saying like, "Oh, I really like Parting. I really like Parting. It's my favorite song." Like just seeing chat, and I was like, I don't know. Like it's starting off a little somber, you know, like but as the song progressed, I was getting more and more like enraptured by the song. By the end of it, I was just like, I get you. I see you. I get you, chat. You know what I mean? So I really thought this was great. I think everyone sounded fantastic. I don't like I said, every new part that we got in the song, I was just like, ooh, you know, I was like, Young Hoon sounds incredible, as he always does. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm feeling him more in this song. And then we get Dong Myung and like his vocals, and like they stand out a ton in this song too. And like their contrast is always really nice to hear. But I felt like more specifically in this song, the contrast is much stronger, and I really appreciate that because they have very unique tones to them, and I think this one, at least to me, feels a little bit more standout in that way. And then Gyuk has like an incredible like rap line in this song, a couple rap lines in this song, but then like has some like really fun bass work in the song, especially when he got like higher up in like the fretboard and stuff, like and register. I thought that was really cool as well too. I thought that was really nice. And then we got Hareen just like killing it on the drums and really again keeping it locked in that aspect. So I appreciate that. And then Kangyoon, man, like I'm so thoroughly impressed by a lot of his like guitar work, as I've mentioned multiple times, but like he just plays with such emotion, and I think that's all you can really do in that capacity, and he does it in spades, and so I really love that about it. I liked his like guitar tone a lot. He was also using like a little cool like crybaby wah pedal, for those who know. And I think it just adds this sort of like extra level of emotion to like his soloing. So really enjoyed that a ton. But and then just to kind of put the cherry on top with this song, Young Hoon's like high vocal register. I don't know if he's hitting quite like falsetto tone. He could be, but just like his higher register was super fun. So and I think he added these really beautiful like ad libs towards the end that just give this sort of like great like wash and like serening tone to the song. So really thoroughly impressed by Parting. I think this is amongst my favorites that we've listened to thus far from Onewe, which is again no surprise. I think it's worked out super well. Sandra says it deserves several listens for sure. I agree. Evil says it was written and produced by King Hyun and Gyuk, and Hareen did the arrangement. Very nice, very nice. And then Ofra says the next song is based off of the movie The Notebook. Very interesting. I haven't seen The Notebook in forever, but hey, Let's go. Um, Kaylee says next, another one that pulls at the heartstrings. Oof. Are you gonna make me cry, chat? I don't know. Potentially. But we're gonna get into the next one, which is looks to be a book in memory. So let's go.
너에게 한 권의 책을 읽어주려 해 한 장씩 아름다운 일들을 시간이 지나 이 순간을 영원히 사랑해 기억의 끝 어딘가에 있을 첫 페이지 끝을 볼 때쯤 젖어든 바람 떨어질 때쯤 감싸는 빗물 아직 남은 내 얘기를 잠시 들어줘 그 밤은 널 닮아 매일 찾아오고 나의 밤은 널 따라 아침을 맞이해 나는 온통 너라면 넌 어떨까 기억 속 한 권의 책 끝에 맞이한 결말 하지만 난 널 찾아가면 마지막 밤 기억하기
Oh. Irene, crushing it.
우리 둘의 지나친 우리들의 이야기 전부 놓지 않고 안고 끌고 와 말해줄 수 있는 걸 오늘따라 슬픈 우리 사랑 마지막인 오늘까지 기억해 그동안 사랑했던 억자의 회 끝을 볼 때쯤 물어본 진심 떨어질 때쯤 전하지 못한 아직 남은 내 얘기를 잠시 들어줘 그 밤은 널 닮아 매일 찾아오고 나의 밤은 널 따라 아침을 맞이해 나는 온통 너라면 넌 어떨까 기억 속 한 권의 책 끝에 맞이한 결말 하지만 난 널 찾아가면 마지막 밤 기억하기 밤이 아직 어두운 걸 보니 여전히 여기 있었나 보다 아직도 남은 그리움 여전히 넌 그대로인가 보다 잠시나마 너의 날이 되어본다 숨을 쉬는 어디든 너를 떠올린다 나는 온통 너라면 넌 어떨까 기억 속 한 권의 책 끝내 놓지 않은 손그 모든 얘기 너인 걸 알까 마지막 밤 혹은 밤
Man, that ending was so good. Oh. All right. This was Onewe's A Book in Memory. Very nice, very nice. Kaylee says, I'm so happy Rain to be is after this. I'm gonna get stuck in my fields, need something to lift me out of. Very nice. This one does hit super hard. I think it actually has a lot to do with just again the arrangement of the song. I think they do just thus far. I think it does such a great. They do such a great job of like just hitting the emotions. I don't know, like, again, in terms of their like production style, they have gotten better, and I've also noticed that they have completely shifted away from just having like the guitar pan to like right side, the bass pan to the left side, having the piano and the drums kind of sit in the middle along with the vocals. It does feel like more complete in that aspect. So I think that is another reason why I think these songs hit just a little bit more. But man, lyrically, I was trying to pay attention to not looking at the chat all the time. I love looking at chat, but I wanted to try to focus in and see if I could well up any emotions in my body. Um, and I was definitely getting a little teary eyed. I could feel it. You know, I could feel the tears welling up in the sides of my eyes. So I knew, again, if given the opportunity, I think I could have cried it out. But um the song is beautiful. I love the sweeping violins and like orchestral elements to the song. I think anytime you incorporate like some really beautiful like string section as well as like any orchestral moments in songs, I think it does give you um I think it does give you that sort of extra weight to the song, and I think it does make you feel emotions. Like if you are very connected in that aspect, like I could imagine on probably not a great day, this song could definitely get me 100%. Um, and that's totally respectable. If you cried to this song, I get it. I can resonate with you. Um, but I feel like the vocals in this were really incredible, both with Dong Myung and Young Hoon. Uh, Especially Young Hoon towards the end. His vocals were just like powerhouse vocal styling towards the end, and I really could feel a lot of like the weight and emotion in the song. So um, I really really love this a ton. As well as that, the guitar solo towards the end with Kang Hyun, he just was singing the souls of the guitar, and I love that. Again, I always feel like I have to notice him within all of these Onewe songs just because I'm such a stan for him now. But his guitar work and just welling out some more emotion in the song, I think did a great job of just pushing the song a little bit further. But also as well, I want to give some flowers to Hareen. His drumming was incredible, especially after like that first chorus. That fill was so beautiful, like just really kind of added a level of dynamics that wasn't really expecting, but I think really really cemented how phenomenal this song is. But yeah, I thought this was like an all around heavy hitter. This is like you're in the boxing ring with and you're trying to make it through the rounds, and I feel like this song is just like this guy is just continuing to throw punches at you. So definitely a great song, amongst my favorites tonight as well too. But yeah, I'll have to check out this album. It looks like it's from Memory Illusion, which is their first single album. So have to give I imagine there's probably another song on this release too, so I'll have to check that out. But Kaylee says, "Hey, there's still a chance to cry later on." LOL. Well, listen. If this was starting to well up the emotions, I imagine there was more. So, and then Gungi says, "For some reason, this song made me want to listen to Daydreaming by Bandmade." Shoutouts to Bandmade. If you have not checked them out, go show them some love. Sandra says, "The harmonies hit." I agree. Very cool. Very cool. Kaylee says, "Next, if you want to talk about a stacked album, this one is crazy. Their most popular title track plus 3 B-sides out of 6 on it that have done better than some of their other title tracks. The next 2 on the playlist after the title tracks are B-sides I got from that album with MVs. This is also the start of their Planet 9 album series." Thank you, Kaylee. I appreciate it. So, as aforementioned, this next song is going to be called Rain to Be. Or I didn't call it. It is called Rain to Be. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway, let's get into it. I like that the bass and the guitar were mapped together. Very nice.
마른 이 땅에 꽃을 피우리 멈추며 속삭여 결국 이곳을 가득 채울 널 찾아 비가 떨어진 내 창밖을 보는데 김미는 날 기다리며 서 있어 하늘에 피었네 널 놓치지 않게
Oh no, not the water coming out of the instruments.
필연적인 사랑을 위해 네가 보고 싶은 날에는 항상 이곳을 적셨는데 당신은 곧 새벽길 한복판 매일 날 위해 열어두잖아 어깨 사이로 흘러든 빗물은 추억을 담은 채로 쓰며 너를 만나는 날은 언제나 비가 내리는 곳에 존재하리 너를 기다리는 내 맘은 그새 차올라 하늘에 더 힘이 이곳을 가득 채운 널 만나 비가 떨어진 내 창밖을 보는데 이미 넌 날 기다리며 서 있어 하늘에 피어내 널 놓치지 않게 운명적인 만남 필연적인 사랑을 위해 마침내 여비는 시작돼 어깨에 있는 빗물들을 괜히 흘려보내 이제 네 모습 비춰 질원을 깊게 파묻어 왠장 막장 막스 내 2월 너가 보고 싶은
Oh my god. What the fuck?
비록 짧은 순간일지라도 네 모습을 담을 수 있다
Soon they're gonna be swimming. Oh. Oh, I love that beat change. Nice. What the fuck? Oh my god. All right, this was Onewe's Rain to Be. I'm gonna get my critiques out of the way. Kaylee did mention that I was a little upset. Typically something that I don't typically like about MV sometimes is where instruments get saturated with water. Or if people like break instruments. That's just a personal preference. I'm not usually a big fan of that, but it looks like Kaylee had mentioned that they are all old or broken ones that they obviously don't use, which is good. So that gave me some consolation. I felt a little bit more. I felt better about it. However, I also was surprised at how much water they put in this MV. I was just like, okay, cool. You know, there's gonna be some water in this song, and then by the end of it, they were all like swimming with their instruments by the end of it. So I was very surprised. But I thought that was pretty crazy. I will say, and this is very specific to probably just me or very select few, but this for whatever reason reminds me a lot of like older like metalcore like music videos. A lot of their music videos, when I was getting into heavier music, for whatever reason, had like a lot of like rain and like a lot of like heavy water, and this for whatever reason tapped into that like old part of my brain, weirdly enough. So in that aspect, I really love I really love the MV a ton. But as well as that, I thought the song was going to be a little bit harder. if I'm gonna be honest, just because like I like the way that the MV is stylized is a lot darker. Like I thought the song was gonna be like a little bit more rock type. So like for the song to kind of be a little bit more like upbeat and a little bit more like vibey, I was very very surprised about that. That doesn't mean that I didn't like the song. I just thought based off the MV, that's what I was expecting. So I think in terms of that, I was a little bit surprised. So I think if I was to listen to this song again, which I probably will, it would be on Spotify because I feel like then I would be able to picture it better mentally in that aspect. But the whole instrumentation in this song was really fun. I again really enjoyed kind of like the more upbeat stylization of this song. I liked a lot, and I mean like a lot of the guitar work in this song. Kang Hyun just did a fantastic job, and that's not even including the guitar solo. The guitar solo was incredible. I love the like gritty tone he used in that guitar solo. I think he was doing a lot of like octaves and stuff, which I thought was very interesting. And so I gotta give him a lot of credit. I think it came out super fun and really really engaging. And I imagine, I don't know if they play this song live, but it gives that sort of live energy fun, especially in the chorus as well too. Like feels very crowd engagement, and I'm here for it for sure. um as well as that, I loved Gyeok's rap verse in the song. I think it's probably one of my favorites thus far in terms of his rapping verse. It's what stood out to me a ton in this song. And so I really, really got to give him some love for that too. But yeah, this is a fun, upbeat song. I think it works really, really, really well. And again, I think it's something what I would typically expect for Onewe to do. So I think this one very much hits in that category too as well. Over says that the next song was named by MTV as the best K-pop B-side of 2021. Wow, that is crazy. And then the Korean name for this song, "The Boys Who Bring the Rain," which is one of the group's nicknames because because it always rains when they have a schedule. This is a fan song. Very very nice. All right, cool. Well, we're gonna keep it moving here. It looks like Gunky says that this is my favorite song by them. I love them so much. Yeah, and everyone gives salutes to Hareen for who hopefully did not drown in the back there. So, best of luck. But we're gonna get into Aurora, which is my girlfriend's favorite song. So I'm very excited to check this one out. So let's see what's going on. Sanjit, thanks for hanging out.
이 빛을 따라서 너에게 가는 길 하얀 길을 따라가 가려진 시간 속에 너와 우리가 같은 길을 걸어 아직 남아있는 너의 잔향에 흐릿해진 기억을 꺼내 다시 내게로 스쳐 지나가던 나의 시간에 소리 없이 밝게 비춘 널 찾으러 가 빨강도 파랑도 없고 또 보라고 위에는 우리가 사랑을 한다 한밤중에도 그 빛은 너무 밝고 그 빛은 곧 너라고 가정한다 너가 준 오로라는 항상 그 보라색을 띠고 나를 지나갈 때도 I got this on my way.
Oh,
It drops over my head.
love that vocal bend.
널 가린 구름을 걷어줘 어두운 밤 빛으로 날 더 밝혀줘 널 가진 내게 머물러줘 어두운 밤 빛으로 넌 좀 남아줘 아직도 남은 아쉬운 마음 뒤로 못다한 얘기들의 끝을 써내려갈게 수없이 놓인 별들 그 사이로 밤하늘은 너만의 빛으로 채워가 그림 같은 밤 하나하나는 밝다 수많은 하수를 따라 방긋 쫓겨진 감각 이제 너의 손을 잡아 너로라는 항상 그 보라색을 띠고 나를 지나갈 때도 I got this on my way.
Loving this chorus.
It crossed over my head. Go ahead. 어두웠던 하늘이 떠나기 전에 널 기억하리. 잠시 머물렀던 달 너에게 다 이 밤을 빛내리.
Love the tom work in this bridge. Woo! That two-hand tapping, nice.
I got this on my way. Oh, oh. It crossed over my head. Go ahead. 널 가린 구름을 걷어줘. 어두운 밤빛으로 널 더 밝혀줘. 널 가진 내게 머물러줘. 어두운 밤빛으로 넌 더 남아줘.
All right, that was Onewe's Aurora. Very nice, very nice. I in fact love this song, and I feel like my girlfriend did a great job of picking this as their favorite. So would make sense. This was so much fun. Really, really, I feel like this highlights everyone so well. And the composition was really, really beautiful. So to me, I think this is amongst the standout ones that we've heard tonight. I really, really love Younghoon and the chorus of the song. That vocal bend just just sends shivers down my spine. So I love that. I think he again commands that chorus, and then just for him to be followed up by just like Dongmyeon's like sweet, like very clear and concise tone is just really nice. And I think they just I feel like they are very synergistic and very symbiotic in this way, that I feel like some things that Younghoon does well is like matched up super well with what Dongmyeon does, and vice versa. So I love that. Um, as well as that, I think Yuk surprised me a lot in this song. I think his rap verse also was really incredible, and I was kind of surprised. I know that he is obviously the rapper and bass player of this group, but I guess I wasn't necessarily expecting a rap section in this song, but I think it was integrated so well. And I like that I like how like some of the instrumentation is cut out when he's doing the rap section in this song. I think it just gives a lot of like precedence to focusing on his rap verse. And they switched up the beat too, and I think that really kind of broke the song off in a really unique way. So I love that aspect of it. But I gotta give the most flowers to King Hyun. He sounded incredible in this song. I loved his guitar playing. That guitar solo is probably my favorite thus far that he's done. I love when guitar players do that kind of cool like two-hand tapping stylization. I think he continues to get better and better with each kind of solo that I've heard thus far. But I really love the melodic choices that he used specifically in this song. And also I think he was using a lot of the like whammy bar as well in this song, which I was very impressed by. Other songs I didn't really get to hear that as much, but I felt like in this song he was using it a little bit more. And that's typically heard amongst like maybe more like hard rock, like metal, like a little bit of hair metal styling as well too. So I think this was incorporated very well. And obviously shows off his skills as a guitar player too. And it looks like Ofra said that this one was also written by King Hoon, which big salutes. He is an incredible writer. Kaylee says, I feel like he improves their stuff. He improves as their stuff goes on. I love his rapping more and more. I agree. I feel like he is just very infectious. I think he continues to go and continues to impress me. So I really love that. I also got to give a shout out to King Yunes for his guitar choice. That is a John Petrucci Majesty, which is a beautiful guitar. I don't have one, but I've played a couple of them and they're phenomenal. And this is not an endorsement to go buy one if you go buy one, but the guitar is awesome. So very cool. Very cool. We are going to keep it moving here. The next one we have on the playlist is a Veronica. So let's go. Aw, that's cute, Kaylee.
어서 와 모두에게 그 끝에 끝내지 못한 얘기를 전부 들려줄게 순수한 마음만 담아서 Veronica.
Oh! The melodies in this song.
꺼내 보여줄게 설명할 수 없는 더는 느낄 수 없는 이 감정이
Young Hoon playing some guitar? Let's go.
그대로 다 좋았던 한순간도 놓칠 수 없게 가슴에 새긴 작은 두 손의 별 씌워준다는 것도 꿈이 아니라면 그저 네 곁에서 맴돌다 갈게 작은 점에서 만난 나의 별 그렇게 유일한 둘만의 유니버스 너는 항상 좋은 것만 봐야 해네 손을 잡고 니끈 이곳엔 은하로 채운 노수 벼럽게 만들어놓고 전부 다 줄게 명화 같은 우주 환영해 모두에게 우리의 이야기를 담은 이 섬에 전부 들려줄게 순수한 마음만 담아서 Veronica.
This little post-chorus section is so much fun.
작은 마음의 별 안아준다는 것도 꿈이 아니라면 그저 네 곁에서 맴돌다 갈게 작은 점에서 만난 나의 별 그렇게 유일한 둘만의 유니버스 하늘속 깊이 디아몬드 단지 머리 맞춘 데이지 check it 이 손 눈뜬 군데 완전히 다른 place 둘이 빛이 쏟아 stem 나의 플랜에서 넘어 전번 분위기는 플랜 내 맘을 고백해서 점점 펼쳐지는 오르간 유일한 내 안점 그대는 Veronica.
A Domyoung solo. Man was cooking.
내 맘의 갈피 엔거에서 든거 사랑만은 카페 더 그렇게 자연스레 부는 바람에 이끌리듯 나의 끝은 곧 너인 거야.
The dueling solos? Let's go. Oh. All right. That was Onewe's Veronica if you're hanging out. Very nice. Oh, I don't know how they keep getting better and better. This is incredible. I think I'm gonna have a very hard time picking my favorites tonight. I can already feel it in my bones. But man, this was another wildly good song. I love the more like upbeat, major tone. Kind of gives a little summer vibes. And it also gives a little like weirdly enough, it gives a little bit of like islandy sort of feel, which I really like. I think it has a lot to do with just like the synth styling, as well as Hareen's like drumming. It feels very like he's using a lot of the toms and like stuff like that, so feels very like bombastic in the sense of like where you would hear like more like island styling. So uh Lady says, "No, I saw the island feel too." Very nice, very nice. Um, but they all have different tones, and I think to me thus far with like the three B sides on this, I did not notice the Harry Potter reference. To be fair, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, so it might have just glazed over me in that aspect. Um, so apologies for that. Um, but I think for me at least, I really kind of enjoy the different like tonalities that each of these B-sides have to offer. Rain to Be is like a very kind of like it does have like pop elements to it, but it definitely has a different sort of vibe to it. Aurora also has more like um I don't even know how to explain it. It has like some cool like electronic elements and stuff, and I think that I really enjoyed that song a ton. And then this is like kind of more on the farther right scale of things, where I think it kind of benefits more from like that like really more major tones, like more like summery vibes, and it's cool to see just kind of how they paint with large brushstrokes with each kind of song, and how I'm curious how integrated and how well planned or well thought out this album is, just based off of these B-sides, which is really incredible. So beyond that, really love the instrumentation. I think they did a great job of arranging this. It was cool to see Young Hoon doing some like rhythm guitar work in this song, which I really appreciate. I also think as well, like the guitar solo from Kang Hoon was incredible, and I love that he dueled it out with Dong Myung. That was incredible. Also, Dong Myung's guitar solo earlier in the song was also incredible. It was not, it was already a treat to get one solo, but for the sheer fact that you get the first solo and then you get a follow up after that with like a dueling solo is, to me, I love that. And I love again, I love when artists can show off more of their skills and talents. So to me, I appreciate that a ton. I also loved I know that this song I think was written or arranged or both by Gyuk, and I love that he had such a heavy hand in the song. The rap verses were really fun, really energetic, but also like his stylization was like brought out so much in this song. I love the post chorus, that like really cool like riff session, like jam session that they have going on towards the end is really fun, and I think it keeps that energy going. But yeah, overall, this is hot. All three of these songs thus far have been heat bangers. We love to see it. So, very very cool. Kaylee says another B side, Cosmos, also did extremely well. By the way, Rain to Be was the title track. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Kaylee. But yeah, no, these have been incredible, back to back to back. So, we love to see it. But as mentioned, the next one we are doing is Star, so let's get into it.
이대로 작은 문을 열면 꿈꾸던 곳이 눈앞일까 눈이 부시게 별이 가득한 밤
Ooh.
너와 나 둘만 남게 될까
Ooh, I love he's using harmonics.
수놓은 이 세상 속에 비밀스러운 저 별 안에 너와 가볼게 길고 긴 밤이 새도록 너의 눈을 맞춰 네 곁을 지킬게 너에게 모든 걸 맡긴 채
Ooh.
널 향해
Great harmonies.
다시 우연처럼 너의 곁에 있을게 우린 같은 시간을 향해 저만치의 별도 나를 향해 밝게 비춰 부른다 하나의 눈을 감고 둘의 소원을 세세 내가 네 전부길 원해 yeah. 평소와 같은 느낌도 너와 함께면 다를까 별자리조차 내게 닿으면 새롭던 운명이 번져 수많은 별들을 따라 밤하늘에 그린 너의 모습 기억해 너에게 모든 걸 맡긴 채 운명에 널 약속해 우리 저 별 안에 도착할 때 너를 찾아낼게 우린 기다림의 끝에 허락된 이 우주 안에 그때 다시 우연처럼 너의 곁에 있을게 가지 않을 시간 속에서 너의 곁을 항상 맴돌게
That long note from Young-hoon. That descending bass riff, nice. Ooh. All right, very nice. Ooh, I went to full screen on accident. Anyway, this was Onewe's Star. If you're hanging out, very nice. Man, this was incredible too. I'm purely shocked that there is so much great um songs on this release. I think it's like incredible to have one or two songs where that could be the case, but I think for an album to have multiple songs where you could put all of these in a hat and any one of them could be the title track of a release, I think is pretty impressive. And I feel that way about all of the songs that we've heard, at least for this release. Oh, this is a different album. Okay, Ofra. Thanks for the clarification. I wasn't sure. But I thought this one was also really incredible, and that like I said, I feel like not to detract from my sentiments. I still feel like they have the type of discography where they do have that sort of precedent in terms of what they do. So I still want to be clear in that I still feel like they are immensely talented, and even though this is their fifth single album, I still feel the same about their releases. But anyway, this song has some really fun, like, emotional pull to the song that I really appreciate. I think that Young-hoon, at least in this song, as well as a lot of the other songs, but I think more specifically in this song, just stood out to me a ton. There's just a lot of like emotional pull in this song that I really appreciate, and he just conveys emotion within lyricism so well. And I think this song is beautifully put together. But I also gotta give a shout outs to Dong because I feel like having such a like powerhouse vocal vocalist in the group, and obviously having like a different tonal inflection to your voice, um, obviously is incredible in and of itself. But I feel like he definitely stands his own ground in this song specifically too. And they had great moments of like harmonization that I really appreciate. And they just again balance each other super well. And this song I think does probably one of the better representations of Onewe in terms of vocals. So I really, really love that in that aspect. I also give a shout out to Yuk on the bass. There was some really awesome like bass runs. Like he had this cool like descending like bass run, I think, in the chorus, and there was some cool kind of like bass riffing going on that I think like if he just kept it plain and simple, it wouldn't have that much effect or meaning. But I think just because he has so much inflection in the way that he plays bass, I think really just adds to the movement of the song. And I really love that, and I was able to like kind of follow along with a lot of the like melody choices in this song specifically. So he did a fantastic job of that. I also again want to give a shout outs again to Young Hoon, but more specifically in the context with King Hyun's guitar solo. That was incredible. It had great weight. It had great emotion, and I think it just adds to Young Hoon's just long vocal note, just with like this like insanely like emotionally driving guitar solo in the background as he's like holding out this note. I think just it just added this level of depth to the song that I really appreciate. But yeah, overall this is incredible. I think this was probably one of the more interestingly arranged tracks, and as well as that Dong Myung's piano work I think also stood out a ton in the song specifically too. So yeah, it was a great combination of what I've learned from Onewe tonight, and I expect more going further, so I'm very excited. But we're gonna keep it moving. The next one we have on the playlist tonight is Universe Underscore, so let's go.
하늘과 땅과 우리만 아는 작은 별에 새긴 얘기 잃어버린 밤 잃어버린 시간들 속
Oh no, is this their parents?
빛을 밝혀준 어떤 내 곁을 지켜준 어떤 고개를 떨고 날 보면 안간힘을 내주던 수없이 많은 날에 어둠이 널 감을 때 고개를 떨고 널 품에 감싸도 괜찮을까 우리 멀리 갈까 더 멀리 가볼까 저 별에 너와 내가 떨어지면 어떨까 너도 알게 될까 같은 마음 될까 너의 모든 게 다 너의 세상도 다 나의 우주가 될까 담을 수조차 없는 맘을 숨기지 못한 하얗게 핀 꽃을 보면 네가 아른거린다 수없이 많은 날에 어둠이 널 감을 때 고개를 떨고 널 품에 감싸도 괜찮을까 우리 멀리 갈까 더 멀리 가볼까 저 별에 너와 내가 떨어지면 어떨까 너도 알게 될까 같은 마음 될까 너의
Oh no.
우리 멀리 갈까 너의 우주를 줄게
Oh, I'm crying now too. Oh man. Fuck. Oh. All right. Well, that was Onewe's universe underscore. If you're watching and crying, I'm not sorry. This was on the playlist and I had to listen to it. So, um, oh man, this one was this one was good. This one definitely was like I watched like I watched that one scene with like his with like the I don't know if it was like a representation of like one of the members like parent like grandparents or whatever, but like man that oh that sent me for sure. MV does not help. Yeah. um um Oprah says I can't imagine an original version. This is toned down. Yeah, I think they're actors, but still, I think to me it's like this. This is like the perfect antiquation of like putting yourself in the shoes of the music video, and I felt like this one was like, um, it definitely took me to like a spot mentally where obviously now I'm getting thanks thanks chat and Kaylee for making me cry again. It's not the first time apparently, but still. This took me to a place where like for at least emotionally it reminds me a lot of like growing up with um like seeing my grandparents and stuff like that, and like my grandmother passed away a couple years ago. I think there are like certain songs that just connect me more towards that feeling, and so I felt like with this song it's like I appreciate I appreciate the fact that like there's, even though I don't know what they're saying in Korean, I feel like I can feel such a connection to this song because like I knew that she had such a caring aura about her, and I felt like this is what I would expect from her in that aspect. So I think in that regard, like definitely a well of emotion that I didn't think I was going to be unlocking tonight, but here we are. Um, but overall, I thought the song itself was incredible. Like I think it does. Obviously, I'm crying now, so it does a great job of conveying and connecting that like emotion and that deep connection within music. But as well as I think like vocally as well too. Oh my god, my eyes! I have something in my well, obviously I have tears in my eyes, but now it burns. But um I think this does a great job of like showing off Young-hoon's vocals a lot. Like again, I know that we had talked about just that emotional connection with lyricism, but I think also like you can tell a lot in the like somber and like pain in his voice in this song. And I agree, chat. Like I don't even know how this could be like I don't know how this is like the toned down version because I'm already crying. So I imagine that the even crazier version of this might be even more of a wellspring for my tears. So I'm glad that they didn't release it, but also at the same point, I'm curious to see how far they could have pushed it. But as well as that, I think also as well, I really enjoyed Dong Myung's vocals as well too. I think again, as I mentioned before, they're so complimentary, and I felt like in this song they did a great job of like being so well versed together. I really liked again Kang Yoon's guitar solo. I feel like this one holds a little bit less weight than maybe the other ones, just because I was too busy crying my eyes out. But that is not to detract from the awesomeness of this guitar solo. Um, but yeah, this was the obviously I'm still crying now, and I'm still emotionally distraught. So I feel like, in that aspect, I feel like it is high amongst my tier list. But yeah, this is I feel like if you can make me cry listening to a song, then it's a really well put together song. So very nice. Um, Kaylee says, yeah, it hits deep. I get that. It had something similar that I relate back to me, and it made me more emotional. Um, I feel that. Ovra says another song written by Younghoon. You can sense a theme. I can tell. Evil says Younghoon wrote this chorus of this song in about 20 minutes. Wow, powerful chorus. And Evil says I'm back. What a music video. I agree. And then Kaylee says there's an inside joke with the fandom about how you can always tell when Younghoon writes a song because you feel emotionally drained after. I was like, oh, I don't even think it's drained. It's just like, I think it's very I don't even know if it's draining. I think it's just like it unlocks a part of your brain, or like an emotionally, like, I'm not saying I'm shut off, but I feel like it unlocks a part of your emotions that you need to let out whether you want to or not. And I think that, like, I'm a big proponent on like music connecting you in such a way and like allowing you to feel emotions. There's tons of concerts that I've gone to where I've literally cried my fucking eyes out just because I've felt so strongly about the music. And I feel like if I heard this song live, I would probably be weeping on the floor in the fetal position. So I hope that I get to see you live, but I hope I never have to hear this song because I probably will be dying by the end of it. Or please, if you're gonna do it, just like save it till the end so I can do it. But yeah, this was obviously very good in that aspect because I could still feeling the emotion. So very good, very good. Ovro says, the man knows how to touch people's deepest parts emotionally. I agree. But yeah, incredible song, incredible song. So you got what you asked for. I did cry. It's always a good cry. Like I said, I like being able to show my emotions off. It's not that I'm glad that I'm not closed off in that aspect, but very nice. We're gonna keep it moving here on the playlist. I don't know how I'm gonna emotionally move on from this, but we're gonna keep it going. And the next one is Roommate. So let me see if this will lift my spirits. Kaylee says this was a title track for a special album release. Very nice. Okay, let's get into it as I wipe the tears from my eyes.
오늘 밤도 잠이 오지 않아 너는 기타 나는 피아노 오늘도 이렇게 우리의 하루를 얘기하곤 하지 웃기지만 너와 나도 나이가 드나봐
Ooh.
아니 점점 성숙해지나 봐 어두운 거리 노란 조명 바라보며 꿈을 꾸던 조명 밑에 나 조금 더 크면 그때 알게 되겠지 조금 더 크면 이젠 그립겠지 한편의 영화같이 그래 드라마같이 그 주인공 잡아볼까 눈 못 감는 밤 그때가 우리였기에 지금 이 선율 속 그때가 그립기에 이 순간을 웃고 마음에 들어 대충 그려진 못하나 재어진 것 없이 주어진 선을 따라오다 보니 나는 너였다 그게 우리였다 여전히처럼은 아였다 어릴 적 우린 순수했던 꿈을 가진 기억이 있기에 무덤덤히 써내려간 너와 나의 이야기 너와 내가 만들어 놓은 수많은 추억들이 있기에 잊혀져가지만 않기를 바라는 시간들 지난 걸음을 세보다 잠시 뒤를 돌아보다
Love the harmonies.
시간에게 물어본다 모든 계절이 다 우리였다 조금 더 크면 그땐 알게 되겠지 조금 더 크면 지금도 그립겠지 한편의 영화 같이 그래 드라마 같이 그 주인공을 꿈꿨던 그 주인공을 꿈꿨던 그 주인공을 꿈꿨던
Oh.
작은 소년들
Aw. Very nice. All right. This was Onewe's roommate. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Um, this was very sweet. It looks like in terms of the chat, Ofra says that this tells their story. Um, and then continued on and said Younghoon wrote this with an old friend of his. And then if I wasn't aware, that this is Younghoon's POV. Very cool, very cool. I think for me, this was again, if you have been a fan of Onewe, and obviously if you followed them from Mass to now, I think this one like gives you like I would imagine this one probably weighs a little bit heavier, you know. Me kind of getting a crash course into Onewe, you know, like obviously I just bawled my eyes out from the previous song, so maybe it's just my maybe I just don't feel like the weight of this song, but I would imagine for other people that have been fans of Onewe and I've been following the journey. I imagine this song kind of has like a cool like sentiment to it, and like I also me even further would mean that even towards the band itself, I imagine they have such a special place for this song in their heart, just because it obviously speaks to their story and their musicality, but as well as that, I think it's just so like cool in terms of like the way that it's from the perspective it's written from, and just like the it has a weird emotion to it, you know what I mean, not in like a weird, not in like a negative way, but like a weird way, in like that you like feel like you're a part of this journey, and then this song is like, you know, allowing you to kind of walk in their shoes essentially, and so I really appreciate that, because I think that's a stance that is often pretty difficult to write from, and I think they do a really great job of like conveying that with such reverence, so I really like that a ton. I think probably my favorite you know, as much as I love Younghoon as a vocalist, I feel like Dong Myung in this song specifically stood out to me a lot more. I love his like clear cut tone, and I feel like in this song he does a great job of standing out that much more. And which is ironic again, considering that this is from Younghoon's perspective, and I'm not saying that he didn't give an emotional performance, but for whatever reason, I was kind of glued into it in that aspect. I also really appreciated a lot more of the harmonization between Younghoon and Domyoung. I think they did a great job in this aspect of it, and they both play into that sort of sweet tone. So, in that capacity, I really enjoy it. Like I said, if I had more awareness, or I was waiting for new music from them, or like just had the want of knowing that this was going to be released, I think in terms of my perspective, I think this one would weigh a little bit more heavier on me. But as someone who is going through the ringer in terms of each title track or song, I think it doesn't hold as much weight, but I can understand if you've been a fan for a while, then this one might be a strong one for you. But Kaylee says that their story is actually really cute. Hareen, King Hyung, and Gyuk all knew each other. And then Gyuk and Domyoung were neighbors and friends. The band then picked up Younghoon from a vocal competition because they loved his voice. Like, imagine this group of kids comes up to you and asks you to join their band. Oh, that's really cute. They bribed him with a cup of coffee, as Oprah stated. So that's so sweet. I love band stories. Again, maybe it's just the music nerd in me, but I always love that. So that's really cool. Love to hear, and I'm glad they're still doing it. I don't know, I imagine some of the members may have done their military service or potentially are still doing it. So that's cool. I'm glad that they're still kicking it. But we have the next one. The next one is still here, so very cool. Kaylee says Younghoon and Kanghoon have. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's keep it moving. It's still here. Oh, for sure, Kaylee. I agree. You can definitely feel their vibe and bond, for sure.
겨우 달래는 바람 소리 뒤에 숨어 널 불러보는 그렇게 매일 하루 끝된 그때의 감정을 느끼다 또 후회하다 웃음이 나다 다시 또 그렇게 잠기다 아직 아닌가 봐 안 되나 봐 나 너 없는 이 빈자리가 믿어지지 않아 채워지지 않아서 다시 또 여기 서 있나 봐 아직 너인가 봐 그런가 봐 나 아닌 척을 했었나 봐 숨겨지지 않아 내 모든 걸 아는 사람 그렇게 낯설어진 네가 그리운가 봐 언젠간 너 때문에 울 거란 그 말이 맞았어 이제야 그땐 모르고 또 후회하고 다시 또 널 그리워하고 아직 아닌가 봐 안 되나 봐 나 너 없는 이 빈자리가 믿어지지 않아 채워지지 않아서 다시 또 여기 서 있나 봐 아름답게 사랑을 하던 지난 날들을 그리다 문득 떠오를 때면 그리운 마음 줄이게
Nice musical change.
보고 싶은 슬픈가 봐 그런가 봐 나만 심장이가 될까 봐 뭔가 달라질까 무얼 할 수 있을까 그러면 다시 돌아올까 아직 너인가 봐 그런가 봐 나 아는 척을 했었나 봐 숨겨지지 않아 내 모든 걸 아는 사람 그렇게 낯설어진 네가 그리운가 봐
All right, that was Onewe's Still Here. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. I enjoyed this one a lot. This was also another really good one. It kind of gives me a little bit of like a rock ballad sort of feel. So again, my counterparts on the show, I don't feel like would probably enjoy this one as much. Maybe not. They might give a little bit of they might give a little bit of a pass to it because it does have more grandiose moments closer to the end of the song. But I really thought this was solid. I enjoyed this one a lot. I think what stood out to me the most was actually Younghoon's like lower vocal register in the song. Like I know typically he hits that like mid range, and like obviously he's got some incredible like higher register as well as some great falsetto tones, but just his low end in this song and like kind of his low to mid range cadence was like really beautiful. And I think it contrasts a lot of the instrumentation going on in the song super well. And then you get to hear kind of the bright contrast to that, which is Dong and his vocals. And I really love that a ton. And I think, again, I know I've mentioned it a lot, but this one I felt like they had this cool kind of like parallel paths where like Dong is doing these like kind of like higher register sort of stuff going on, and I think it just cuts through the mix super well. And like Younghoon just adds this sort of warmth and character to like that low end in spots of the song that I really appreciate. And like again, it makes you feel that level of emotion where he just conveys it super well. So I really like that. Another thing I also really enjoy about the song was actually a lot of the more like grandiose moments of this track. I really appreciate like some of the composition, the like way that Hareen's like drumming kind of dictates a lot of those like bigger moments in the song. I think it works out really really nice in this, and I think it gives a little bit extra flavor, right? Like this could have been easily just like a pure ballad song, but I think like for the sheer fact that they've incorporated pretty much all the like instrumentation that you would typically expect in this song, I think it worked out really well. But yeah, overall, I thought this was another very solid Onewe song. Like I said, enjoyed the vibes, and definitely more of like on the rock ballad side of things, which is very interesting. So, Kaylee says, "Still Here" and "Star" give me the same vibes sometimes. And then Ofra also says that you'll be seeing a lot of Pink Hoon for the next few MVs. They recorded them right before Younghoon and Kanghyun enlisted. Jazz says his tone is just so good. I agree with your comment, 100%. And then this one was also written by Younghoon, so very nice, very nice. This is so cool. And then Gungi said they're so good and they're still here. We love to see it. So Kaylee says, yeah, it was amazing. Kanghoon and Younghoon went to the military, but they recorded MVs and songs beforehand, so it didn't feel like they were gone for so long. For long at all, excuse me. So Gravity was released during their enlistment and it was such a treat for us fans. Very nice, very nice. Which is the next one. So let's keep it going. Insane guitar.
I'ma gravitate I feel like I'm floating on cloud nine. You're my gravity. Leaning once I'm tingling and turn to one. I can't ignore. To call it love, something meant to be. We just can't deny it anymore. The barrel and empty was end up to find in your mind, falling down my love. Can't rest it, so I got you in my mind. In your time, losing myself to love. I'm a gravity, pulling towards us, say you and I.
Okay.
I wanna be with you, gravity. Even if it's dangerous to die, I wanna be with you, only to you. Yeah, I'm on gravity. My eyes are revolution, deep in personality. In any high purposes, my love doesn't change, break the frame tragedy. My heart gets possessive because I feel that I'm cooked up. My love is the only gravity like on your own intrustability. My feelings shine every moment in my mind.
Great rap section from Björk.
Spreading the flowers. Whoa. You cover me gently and we become mine. We're combined, losing my mind to love. I'm a gravity, pulling towards us, say you and I. I wanna be with you, gravity. Even if it's dangerous to die, I wanna be with you, only to you. Without you, there's no life. I call you the one that I want you, that I want you. There's no reason to live without you, 'cause I'm nothing without you. I can't do anything. Remember you're me and I'm you.
Oh. Clean. Doing a lot of great pinch harmonics. Hey, a little slap bass. Let's go. Nice. All right. This was Onewe's Gravity. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. This one is catchy as fuck. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I don't know how well, and chat can maybe let me know how well this did in the States, because I did see that a few times that this was their first English song, full English album, and with a lot of their hits done in English. I was curious how well this may have done over here in the States, or just abroad that wasn't in Korea. Because this is super catchy, and it's incredibly well written. Definitely a different vibe from what I've heard from Onewe thus far. Like, they continue to impress me in the perspective of, like, this is something that I wouldn't necessarily associate them to do, but I think in the sense, I think in this sense, like, they can pretty much do practically any genre at this point. So I'm curious to see, what's going to be going further. Over says it wasn't really promoted. Oh, that is a big mistake. Kaylee says, I'm not sure. I do think the song in general was a comeback that grabbed people's attention, though it wasn't really promoted. Oh, well, hopefully this will give it a little bit more promotion. I mean, obviously, this is well after the fact, but I wanted to give it its flowers because I really enjoyed the composition of this song. I think somebody who stands out a ton in this song is Gyuk. His good bass playing is so much fun in the song. He's got like great grooves. I love the fact that he's kind of doing a couple different like bass techniques as well. I love that he was doing like a little bit of slap bass going on. I think that's always really impressive. And I think it really meshes well with that sort of funky pop vibe that's going on in this track. As well as that, I loved Younghoon's vocals in that chorus. He's got such a great, sweet top end to his vocals and his falsetto tone. And I think this one was really, really beautiful. And also Gyuk's rap verse was incredible. I think this is again amongst my favorite Gyuk rap verses specifically. So I really like that a ton. But I also got to give a shout outs to Young's vocals because again, I feel like you got Younghoon. He's got great like emotional fortitude to his vocals, but like Young sounded incredible in that like first pre-chorus of the song. I think that was probably amongst my favorite parts of the song. He just commands that section super well, and so I think he absolutely delivered, which I really really love, and I think it was a constant reminder throughout the song how impressive his vocal styling is, and it was at the precipice of that pre-chorus. So I really love that. As well as that, Hareen just like with his drum solo towards the end of the song, like just his fill choices were just really tastefully done. And I think they just add an extra level to the song that was already really incredible. And then just to put the cherry on top with the song itself is King Hyun. Just man, he's got some great guitar solos, but I felt the emotion in this one. He was driving that. He was certainly driving that guitar solo, and you could tell it gave a lot of great emotion and feel to it. So, really loved that a ton. But yeah, this was an all around. I think this is a sleeper for me. Like, this is definitely a song that I will for sure go back and listen to again. But like, I was pleasantly surprised at how much I love this and how like infectious this song is. So yeah, I love this one as well. Probably amongst the favorites that we've listened to thus far. So, it looks like Yuval says the album only reached 21 on the Circle charts in Korea. And then Over says that this one was also written by Younghoon. He doesn't only write songs to break your heart. Well, that's good to hear. And then says Kaylee, him and Wonsang are friends and have some fun bass covers together. Ah, very nice, very nice. Very cool, very cool. And it was confirmed that Gyuk writes his own raps for the most part. So very nice, very nice. Well, we're going to keep it moving. Kaylee says the next two songs are double title tracks from a special album that Gyuk, Jongmyeon, and Hareen did while the other two were enlisted. Okay, perfect. And this one is Salty Boy. So let's go. So different.
Always 언제쯤 내 진심을 받을까 Please be my sunshine and change the wine 자신감과 지기를 빌려 Honey puzzle 원해도 그대는 star Dumb and dumber 혼자인 summer Yeah me boss we are yeah salty boy 거짓말 오늘 밤은 나 역시 널 지켜줄 체격은 아니지 mine Green light MBTI는 그저 과학기었나 처절했던 내 모습 미안 Brown은 가끔 번호표 뽑고 네 뒤를 줄선 꽉 찬 애들 난데 성통도 온종일 네 생각에 밤새 내 시체를 자주 목격 Cause I'm salty boy Salty boy 난 너만을 그려온 채 한 집에 낭사 올렸어 Calm down 난 루스해 보이지 않게 일퍼라도 내가 있었을까 맘에 매번 넌 답을 알려줘 한 발짝 다가갈 수 있게 알려줘 액션 슬픈 씬이 많았던 우리 사이로서 꺼내줘 달달하진 않지만 굴떨어지는 내 맘에 애를 쏟 단전 우리의 chemistry like honey butter deep inside 네 아름다움은 세상에서 only one 내 감정은 이미 그대에게 only one 조금 찌질해 보여도 날 봐줘 사실 보기보다 널 원하니까 Always 언제쯤 내 진심을 받을까 Please be my sunshine and chance the wine 자신감과 지기를 빌려 Honey puzzle love 원해도 그대는 star Dumb and dumber 혼자인 summer Yeah me boss we are yeah salty boy 멘탈을 좋아하지만 이 재즈 스타일 마그지향의 심리처럼 계속해서 불타오른 내 심장은 필요해 모든 방면에서 나를 자극해
Yuck's crushing it.
사랑 앞에서 추해지는 잠보이 매번 넌 답을 알려줘 한 발짝 다가갈 수 있게 알려줘 액션 슬픈 씬이 많았던 우리 사이로서 꺼내줘 달달하진 않지만 굴떨어지는 내 맘에 애를 쏟 단전 우리의 chemistry like honey butter deep inside 네 아름다움은 세상에서 only one 내 감정은 이미
I like this little bit of like halftime vibe.
사실 보기보다 널 원하니까 Always 언제쯤 내 진심을 받을까 Please be my sunshine and chance the wine 자신감과 지기를 빌려 Honey puzzle love 원해도 그대는 star Dumb and dumber 혼자인 summer Yeah me boss we are yeah salty boy Honey puzzle love 그대는 star 혼자인 summer Yeah salty boy puzzle love 그대는 star 혼자인 summer Yeah salty boy Salty boy 넌 제발 날 두고 떠나지 마 Salty boy 마지막인 듯이 옷자락이라도 잡아본다 Salty boy 넌 제발 날 두고 떠나지 마 Salty boy 마지막인 듯이
The harmonization is cool.
Salty boy
Huh. All right, cool. This was Onewe's Salty Boy. Very nice, very nice. And it looks like it was the Maknaes of the group, which are Gyuk and Domyoung. Very nice, very nice. I think this one was very interesting. This kind of to me feels like all of the like instrumentation that I have come to love and expect from Onewe, but I feel like they absolutely went like a little bit ape shit with the like synths and like the more like I feel like this kind of has it kind of incorporates a little bit of what I expect from like boy groups in some aspects, like a lot of like the trap beats and like there is definitely elementation where like I feel like it kind of feels like a cross between like a K-band group and like a little bit of a boy band type feel, like boy group type feel, which is not a bad thing by any stretch, but it was a cool kind of crossroads that I think, at least from my perspective, I picked up on. I don't know if anybody else maybe feels the same way about it, but I thought it was very catchy. I was very surprised. I didn't think I'm like the first chorus, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna really vibe with this. But as the song kind of progressed, I was like, ooh, okay. You know, I started liking it a little bit more and more. and like the instrumentation's fun. I think like the vocal harmonization between Domyoung and Gyuk, it was also really nice too, especially in the choruses. But yeah, I think that to me it kind of like it gives me like I obviously know that they are from Onewe, but like if I was to listen to this, I'd be like, cool. There's definitely elements of this song that I enjoy, and definitely has some shades of what I feel like Onewe does. But I also feel like in some aspects it pulls away and does something different in its own aspect. So I like the fact that it feels grounded in that respect, but also at the same point still feels like new and fresh from what wouldn't I don't want to say that I wouldn't expect Onewe to do, because there's always the door open for that potential, but I do feel like this one they were able to carve out a niche, I would argue, with this song. So very interesting. Is it one of my favorites of tonight? Not really, but I still really enjoyed it, and I was vibing with it. So pretty solid song nonetheless. Kaylee says, I love the synergy between them. Like, you can tell they've been friends forever. We love to see it. Yuvo says, I vibe with this. I can see myself jamming out to this in the car on a road trip. And then Kaylee followed that up and said, yeah, to me, it feels like Onewe, but the Macnays took that vibe and ran with it. I agree. I did say Ofra says, I'll be honest, the unit songs are not really for me. Hey, and we get that, you know what I mean? So we respect your opinion. So we'd love to see it. But very cool. We are running a little overtime here, which is totally fine. I'm still awake and still here. But we're going to be moving it on to Omnipresent, which is the next one. So let's keep it going. It is sleepy time. We're getting there. We can make it, Gunky. From one Odyssey to the other. Ooh.
중심으로 돌아 불가능 찍고 돌아 끝내게 도착해 네 맘을 넓고 새벽길 한복판 쭉 달릴 수 있게 항상 열어두잖아 이곳은 너란 오아시스 나침반 옵션 종착지 너의 관념 속에 내 부름을 채울게 삭막한 사막을 바꿔봄같이 설레는 시간도 잠시 이젠 잠시 안녕 꽉 쥔 깍지 손 아쉬운 우리 이야기 단편 하지만 동서남북에 너가 어디에 있던 내 마음은 너가 가장 자리에 하지만 동서남북에 너가 어디에 있던 내 마음은 너가 가장 자리에 하지만 동서남북에 너가 어디에 있던 내 마음은 너가 가장 자리에
Oh, I like that little bit of grit that Guido has. Nice. Little bass solo. All right.
하지만 동서남북에 너가 어디에 있던 내 마음은 너가 가장 자리에 하지만 동서남북에 너가 어디에 있던 내 마음은 너가 가장 자리에 하지만 동서남북에 너가 어디에 있던 내 마음은 너가 가장 자리에 하지만 동서남북에 너가 어디에 있던 내 마음은 너가 가장 자리에
All right. Very, very cool. All right. This was Omnipresent, and it looks like it was Gyuk as well as Hareen. Very nice. Very nice. Um, it looks like Kang Hyun guitar solo at the end was recorded before he enlisted. Even when he's not there. Um, I thought this was very interesting. I agree. I think Kaylee posted it in chat saying like it's cool to see their dynamics between different pairings of members. I think that's what stood out to me. And like I was trying to come at it from the perspective of like, okay, I'm so familiar with like what Onewe does now, and I think it's cool to see how they interplay with each other. And I felt like this one seems like very interesting from a completely different perspective. Um but I really liked Gyug's vocals in this. I thought he had like some really great vocal tones, especially the part where he was kind of doing a little bit of like he had like a little bit of vocal grit that I appreciate. I thought that was really really fun. But it kind of gave me a little bit of like the more modern like pop punk vibe. You know what I mean? Like something that I would like think like if this had like if the guitars were like a little bit more prominent in this song, like it kind of gives me like a little bit of like MGK type vibes in like a Onewe fashion, if that makes sense. Which is not a disrespect at all. Like, you know what I mean? It's very palatable in that perspective. And it just kind of feels like a garage, kind of like a garage punk sort of vibe to it. You know, obviously a little bit more spacious, a little bit more open, but it definitely, for whatever reason, was like something that stood out to me from that perspective. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. And I'm very appreciative that they were still writing and putting stuff out regardless of members being in the military. I think that's really impressive, and I think it gives you a different perspective. It gives you a new love for, I think, the members as a whole and what they put into the group. So I love seeing that. Ufo says that I like Salty Boy more, but this was still good too. I agree. Jazz says the tats were getting their spotlight though. Love to see it. I agree. As someone who has like 5 tattoos, they've got some great art, so I love to see it. Yuva says, feels like bros just jamming out in their garage. I agree. And the energy is there. Over says, I love when Younghoon and Kanghoon do things together. They just vibe together in a way that speaks to me. Hey, I respect that. But we're gonna keep it moving. The next is going to be Scratch, and this is Gyuk's song from what I could tell. It looks like the next solo, okay. Nova says they released a new OT5 album right after the leader line got discharged. Very nice, very nice. Well, let's get into Scratch next, though. Ooh. Ooh. That piano work was wild. 상처 틈 사이 피어나 짙은 추억의 흔적 허파적인 그 무심이 심해진 거 숨쉴 때 I got you, evil. 사랑해 너는 상처투성이 내 영혼에는 scratch 널 잊지 않을게 아물지 않게 더 찍고 파고드는 널 담고 피를 흘렸네 상상 속의 dress 잠시 깨우는 아름다웠던 그대 내 영혼에는 scratch
영혼은 a scratch 내 영혼은 a scratch 누군지 모를 형체가 또 스쳐가 잊고 싶지 않은 매 순간 다시 끊겨보는 먼지 덮인 느릿장 네가 내 옆에 있을 것만 같은 긴 시간 아주 잠깐 시간을 잡았다마 불씨가 된 머릿속 매일 새겨 오늘 내일에도 똑같은 내 사랑 너는 상처투성이 내 영혼에는 scratch 널 잊지 않을게 아물지 않게 또 찍고 파고드는 널 담고 피를 흘렸네 상상 속의 드레스 잠시 깨우는 아름다웠던 그대 내 영혼에는 scratch
Oh, that guitar solo is wild.
타는 불안 속에 녹아나는 기쁨 매일 둘이 씹어 나눠 삼킨 비운 눈물 괴로움은 사랑의 고리유 하늘에서 버린 우리 무색의 장미들 앞으로 앓던 별이 왔어 정확히 여기서 날 처음 봤어 기억했지 못해 이렇게 같이 보던 장면 귀엽는 우리였기에 무결한 사람이었기에 끝까지 사랑할게 떠나간 너를 위해 내 심장에는 scratch 널 놓지 않을게 천년이 지나 또다시 절망은 들려도 너를 사랑해 윤회 구해 내 걸음 중에 행운이었던 그대 내 심장에는 scratch 내 영혼에는 scratch 내 영혼에는 scratch
네. 여보세요.
여기 오늘 제가 들어오기로 했는데.
아, 저도 이제 막 나가려고 했던 참이라.
그럼 잠시만요. 죄송해요. 이게 너무 무거워가지고.
All right. That was Gyuk's solo song called Scratch. Very nice. Um this was great. I enjoyed this a lot. Actually, the composition on this was incredible. I would imagine from what I could gather, this may have been composed by Gyuk, just because again, I would assume he does his own sort of stuff. Um, but I thought the music was so beautiful. I love the piano work in this. I thought that like piano melody is so much fun and very memorable. Um, but I also was really impressed by this song. I think vocally by Gyuk, because typically, again, I know that he is the rapper of Onewe, but I feel like his vocals get to shine a ton in this song, and he's got incredible tone. I love his like lower end. He's got a little bit of grit to his vocals as well. And I think it shines super bright in this song. So really love that, and I like that the song really isn't him trying to do a ton of like rap verses. I like that he had the bridge section just for him to do like a rap section, just to not forget in that aspect. But like, I think his vocals really pop off a lot more in this song than I would have ever imagined, and so I really appreciate that a ton. As well as that, I think is really catchy. Especially that chorus. I think that chorus section is super fun, super memorable in that aspect. And I like that it's more kind of a little bit like rock, like maybe a little bit borderline metal adjacent. I think the guitar work has like this really great kind of rock push to it that I appreciate. Same with like the drumming as well. I think it really kind of gives that inspired feeling to that. I think Ufo had posted in the chat saying it gave me that sort of Yoasabi sort of feel. And I could definitely hear that as well. I think more so just like with the melodic tones of the piano and like the melody choices feel very Yoasabi, which I also love too. So I feel like finding that kind of commonality between those two artists is really fun. But yeah, this was incredible. I'll have to check out the solo stuff more in depth because this definitely feels along the lanes of music that I enjoy. So very, very fun. But yeah, overall, I thought this was good. In terms of MV, I wasn't really paying as much attention to the MV, but I would say that I kind of took away what I feel like. Uh, Kaylee posted it in the chat, and they said that I took it as she had an accident, woke up, forgot him, and so he left, so it wouldn't cause any confusion. Then she ends up moving into his place, which is why she had their things. So yeah, and then Ufo did confirm that he wrote and produced it, and then Jazz says, "Oh yeah, his vocals really shine in his solos." Very nice, very nice. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Enjoy this one a lot. But we're gonna keep it moving because we have two more. And the next one we're getting into is Beautiful Ashes. So let's go.
아직도 생각이 나 처음 들어보는
Hey,
너의
they're back.
목소리 설명할 수 없어 날 보며 웃는 게 마음이 힘든 건 나 혼자서만 사랑을 느낄 때 그렇게 점점 내 곁을 멀어지려 할 때쯤 다짐하며 본 넌 아름다워 잘 가 이젠 goodbye 차가웠던 그 밤 잊고 살아볼게 그래 볼게 널 위해서 솔직히 아직 난 네가
Love this chorus.
하루도 잊은 적 없었어 다시 그 자리에서 널 불러
Great vocal tone from Gil. Very nice.
평범한 일상 속 텅 빈 이 방 가득 너가 배어 있어 내 모든 순간에 널 대입하게 돼 그 행복 절대 잊지 못해 그렇게 점점 내 곁을 멀어지려 할 때쯤 다짐하며 본 넌 아름다워 잘 가 이젠 goodbye 차가웠던 그 밤 잊고 살아볼게 그래 볼게 널 위해서 솔직히 아직 넌 네가 생각나 하루도 잊은 적 없어서 다시 그 자리에서 널 불러
Beautiful solo.
서로 닮은 버릇도 그긴 습관들이 먼 날땐 1초의 주마등으로 수없이 불러본 네 이름도 마지막일 거라서 망설이지 않았더라면 그때 너의 두 손을 잡았다면
Oh, what a long nose from Younghoon. Great final chorus, I imagine. All right. That was Onewe's beautiful Ashes. If you're hanging out, we got one more after this, I believe is Offroad. But I really enjoyed this one a lot. This one was so much fun. I was gonna make a comment about the arrows. I was giving Lucy vibes from the MV, which I love that release. That's probably amongst my favorite K band releases of this year. Or just Korean media in general. Um, but I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think the arrangement was really beautiful for this to come back to, in terms of the members. I really really love that a ton. Um, but I can totally agree with Kaylee in regards to, well, I mean, this is the first time I have listened to this, but I can imagine they said that every time I listen to this song, it moves up my rankings for songs of this year. I think it's incredibly well written. Gotta give a shout outs to Younghoon again. Incredible with the written form here. And then Kang Hyun and Areen did the arrangement. They did incredible. This has such a good like ebb and flow to it that I really appreciate. It really tugs at you. And I think again that's what Younghoon does best vocally. But I was really taken aback because all of the members that do any sort of singing, Younghoon did obviously some fantastic vocals. Domyeon did some really great stuff as well too. But man, like, look, I was very impressed by it. As I mentioned before, just listened to one of the solo songs that he released, and I love his tone. And I feel like very similarly, I really love his vocal tone in this song. And I'm glad that he was able to kind of get more of a spotlight. That's amazing, and I think it's got to be well. Got to give it the flowers and the kudos certainly. But they all sounded incredible together, and I think they just had this sort of like flow synergistically that I really appreciate about all three of them as vocalists, and just have come to love about their styling. I love that like final chorus like section. Basically, like I think the last minute of the song is just like incredibly well written. It gives you that sort of like full circle, big climactic sort of ending feel to the song, and like just kind of turns the curve a little bit, which I really appreciate a lot. And as well as that, King Hyun's guitar solo just had such great emotion. He just continues to cook on the guitar, and as a guitarist myself, I respect that a ton. So really really incredible, and a great comeback. So I imagine people really enjoyed this one. But Yuval says, now that I'm recalling the warmth of that time, we can no longer feel, we send the burning memories flying away. Yeah, there's some really great lyricism. So Oprah said that we'll have to show you the B-sides you haven't heard yet. They're also amazing. Yes, feel free to. Hopefully we'll be doing some sort of chaos stream in the foreseeable future. But we're going to move on to the last one, which is their most current one. This one is Offroad. So let us keep going.
정화져 leader 이미 불타는 분위기는 fever 불필요한 연락을 씹어 햇빛에 반사된 sparkling glitter 망설임 없이 너도 트럭에 올라타 한 줄기 여름에 뜨거운 너와 나 Can you feel it 영화같이 떠오르는 장면 속삭임 Can't believe it 소설같이 믿기 힘든 그런 storyline 더 멀리 떠난 거친 거침없이 울려 퍼지는 chord 긁힌 스키드 마크 위는 스테이지 멀리 시선 아스팔트 도시를 벗어나 자유를 숨쉬어 깊은 베이스는 터프해 즐거운다는 톤 거침없이 울려 퍼지는 chord 긁힌 스키드 마크 위는 스테이지 멀리 시선 아스팔트 도시를 벗어나 자유를 숨쉬어 깊은 베이스는 터프해 즐거운다는 톤 완벽해 we are 모든 목표를 향해서 완벽해 we are
Oh.
we mong, yeah, in my head 혼돈 절망 핍박 enemies 다 fucked up stage 부려미는 높여 and guarantee Can you feel it 상상했던 아일랜드의 시작의 성광 Can't believe it 눈앞에 펼쳐진 우리만의 paradise 저 멀리 떠나 높이 거침없이 울려 퍼지는 chord 긁히는 마이크 위는 스테이지 멀리 시선 아스팔트 도시를 벗어나 자연을 숨쉬어 Kick and bass는 더 적용되는 톤 완벽해 we are a boy 역경이 운전했었던 때도 숨쉬어 붙어버린 속도 속에서도 기지는 저 끝까지 가 여기도 저기도 목적지는 또 다 있어 어디도 저거리도 아직 것들이 살아있어 끝없이 내리쬐는 태양빛의 spotlight
Okay.
우리의 점착진 지도에 없는
Oh. Oh. This song's nasty. Ooh, okay. Let's go. Very nice, very nice, very nice. This was Onewe's Offroad. If you finished out, very nice. Thanks for hanging. This one was incredible. I think this one is, like I said, I've only no wet socks this time at least. I agree with you, Jazz. No wet socks. Though You've made a joke about my comments of having the instruments too close to the water. This one was not as bad. I'll give them that. So kudos to Onewe, for keeping it safe. But no, the song is great. I really enjoyed it. I think to me it continued to get better and better and more enjoyable as we continued on in the song. Like it became more rock. It was the type of song that I was expecting for let me see, I gotta go back in our playlist here. Like Rain to Be. This was the type of song that I was expecting Rain to be like music video wise, but it's funny because this one is like very sunny, very like very beach worthy, and is in a completely different location. But that's besides the point. Regardless of that, I enjoyed this song a lot. I think this song definitely has my favorite Gyuk rap verse specifically. He's sounded incredible. I loved his cadence. I loved his rhythm. I think he sounded phenomenal. Like I said, the rap section in this song to me stood out the most in terms of previous songs that we've listened to from Onewe. As well as that, I really enjoyed Younghoon's like more like rock stylized vocals. I think he really was like pressing his vocals in this song, which I really appreciate a ton. Domyoung also was really cool. I loved his guitar. I thought that was really solid. I thought for sure we was maybe gonna get like a guitar solo that would have just like cemented this song for me. But look no further than King Hyun. He had a phenomenal guitar solo in this song. I would say probably my favorite guitar solo. He was just shredding it up. Shredded cheese, man. This man was cooking. So I love that aspect of it. But yeah, overall, enjoyed this song a lot. I think that to me, I would probably go and listen to this and just get more and more enjoyment out of it. So really love that. But very, very cool. Aurora says that each member has their own sound, so Onewe has 5 different sounds depending on who took the lead on each song. I agree. They keep you and the envy joke from earlier. Kaylee says they keep you guessing. I totally agree. Yuval says trivia. Gyuk wrote the entire lyrics except for one line. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Um, and you haven't heard a Domyoung or Heron song yet. I have not. In my top three with Aurora and Gravity. Very nice. Very nice. Um, Dr. Joe wrote. Dr. Joe wrote the one line. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Top favorites. Oof. Let me see. I'm curious. I gotta pull. I obviously have the playlist pulled up here, but I would say this is tough. This is a tough. This is a toughie because I enjoyed a lot of their earlier stuff, which I didn't. Which I was very surprised about. Um, I'll say Q. Uh, this is tough. This is tough. We'll go with Aurora. And we'll go with universe underscore will be my third. Those would be my three favorites. I would say an honorable mention to Veronica though. That was also a really incredible song. And then also as a separate sidebar, I enjoyed Gyuk's Scratch. That was also really good. I feel like that fits in its own category. So those would be my top three, at least for tonight. But I thought it was really cool. Ofer says they just keep getting better and better. We keep thinking it's impossible, and they keep proving us wrong. I love to see it. Hey, listen, I love when artists and groups continue to improve. It's always good to hear. Kaylee says a book in memory, Aurora and universe underscore. Though, you know what is crazy? We didn't even get to my favorite one we song. It's a B side they have. And then Over says a book in memory, parting, and star for me. And then Evil says I like to make some noise and an honorable mention to Salty Boy. Very nice, very nice. Well, and Connie says Regulus, Aurora, and Veronica my top three. Very nice. Kogi says I barely made it through the stream. My body said sleep, and I said no. I feel this in my bones right now. But thanks y'all for joining. Feel free to drop your favorite B-sides down in the comment section below. I will try to do my best to listen to them or to not, listen to them until I stream. So I can't guarantee we'll be doing them soon, but keep it open. Would love to be able to try to do some more B-sides. I know we've snuck in a few B-sides in terms of the streams that I've done specifically. So very excited to hopefully get into more. I can't guarantee I'll get to them before this year's over with, but yeah, the deep dives keep cooking. We keep doing them. So very nice. Thanks for hanging. If you again are new, thanks for watching the whole thing. Come join us. We do these live on Twitch. More specifically me as of currently, but come hang out. Would love to see you. Kaylee says off limits are and 0 and 4 Cosmos from and Trauma Aquarium off limits. Okay, well, send them to me. Post them in Discord. When's the next stream? Maybe Saturday. I haven't confirmed. I'm going on vacation on Wednesday next week, and I will be out. So I don't know who's gonna be streaming, if anybody's gonna be streaming, but I get a vacation, which is always fun. So yeah, so that's the plan. But beyond that, I am doing a stream on Monday. So we're gonna be doing that. I don't know who we're going to be doing on Monday. So if you have some suggestions, I feel like I've been kind of doing the cycle rotation. We did a boys group. We did now a K band. So I feel like we should do a girls group next. So if you have a girls group suggestion and you would like us to cover them, let us know. Let me know specifically so I can do it. Girl band cute. We could do QWER. I was thinking potentially I did see a couple people say that they would like me to do WJSN, but I don't know if that's going to take more than one stream, and I would hate to end it on one stream. So I know Alex does want to check out QWER, but he literally only gave me two. He only gave me two that are off limits, which is EXID and 4 Minute, which again makes sense. I did see a few people ask for WJSN. But if you have any other girls groups you'd like me to cover, Kara, we could do Kara. UFO says WJSN is worth it for all three IMO. Very nice. Like I said, if there's one that can be condensed to possibly one stream, that would be preferable just because I am going on vacation and I would hate for I would hate for videos to be stranded. So if you think there's a group, a girls group specifically, we can get covered in one stream, that would be amazing. So yeah, we can ask. I make a poll. I'll probably ask tomorrow since it's a little late here. Kim Se Jung, we could do soloists, yeah, or we could do a bunch of small soloists, so like a couple songs per each soloist or something. We'll figure it out. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for indulging. It's been a true pleasure. We will be doing a closeout albums of the year stream once everybody's back and had their time off. But yeah, we'll be doing that later on this month and things of that nature. So just keep posted. Discord links above. So thanks for hanging. We'll catch you in the next stream, which is most likely Monday. If not, come join us on Discord and I'll let you know. So have a good night, day, whatever, time zone. We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.